on Wichita's sports station, KGSO.
Good morning. Welcome into the game plan on this. What day is it? Thursday.
Yeah.
Thursday morning.
I know you're off kilter a little bit. 1 day work week for you. Well, two. I guess you were here Monday.
No, I was here. I mean, I've been working. I was here yesterday. I was here. I was working Tuesday. I just wasn't here.
The people don't know that. You weren't on the radio, so they don't know.
Yes. No, I was, yeah.
So I'm trying to make you.
Flying all over the country. What I was
I
doing.
wouldn't call that all over the country.
Seems like it. The way it went.
I'm telling you, you just need to drive it.
All right. No, never. Let me get through the good stuff here. Thanks for listening to the show. You found Wichita's #1 sports talk. KGSO, 1410 AM, 93.9 FM. Live streaming on our website at kgso.com. You can find us through the KGSO app. You want that app downloaded because you can do everything in the app. You can listen to the station anywhere, anytime. You can contact us right through the app on the Maximum Outdoor Equipment hotlines. You can follow us along on our social media. You can take trivia questions. You can play games. Keep up with schedules, which are going to be changing a lot with the NBC World Series and the TBT tournament. All that is available with one simple download. Find it in the App Store at SC Wichita. And, of course, on our streaming networks of Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch TV. Combine all four of those platforms. I know as a way a lot of you consume the show. I see the numbers, and we can't thank you enough for making us the most watched sports talk station in Wichita. 522-1410, Maximum Outdoor Equipment Hotlines. Call the show and be a part of it today. Chuck, you been all right? Things been going good?
Yeah, been good. It was an interesting last couple of days with Jay-Z and Sasha tag teaming the program with me. So
my plan wasn't to be off the show 2 days, only one.
Yeah.
And then things happen with air travel.
Yeah. Okay.
That caused you to get home much later than what you originally planned.
Well, you know.
Get to Chicago only to find out that the plane that has taken us home from Chicago to Wichita, me and Greg, is delayed by 5.5 hours because of a thunderstorm in Florida. It's crazy how a thunderstorm clear across the country from you can affect the rest of your day and really the next day.
It's one of those things when they tell you that, but it's not raining here. What's the problem?
Well, and you always love this too. So the plane that was on the very last leg of the trip, 4 plane rides in 1 day, by the way, is a lot. The plane on the last leg of the trip is going from Florida to Oklahoma City. So it's like 4 hours late leaving Florida. Gets to Oklahoma City, mechanical issue. Another hour and a half.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what. That's an hour and a half wait that's worth it.
Depends on what the mechanical issue was. I've had to wait an hour and a half before because the coffee maker wasn't securely strapped into its place on the plane, and so they had to call Bob the builder to come in. Of course, he was on his break, and so he wasn't going to leave his break early.
Oh, well. I mean, you can't have people getting hot coffee on them, man.
No, I guess not. Probably wouldn't be fun.
I mean, I get it. I listen. I understand.
Yeah, but when you're waiting on something like that, you're saying to yourself,
but listen,
how about we just not have coffee on this flight? I mean, It's not that big of a deal. Let's just go.
But on the other hand, if they found a problem, say, with the landing gear, that might be something worth fixing.
Yeah, I mean, you probably ought to. Especially the pilots that we had. Not to say that they were bad pilots, but I think every single one of them flew for the Air Force because, boy, when they landed, they landed. They set it down. They set it down good.
Mm-hmm. Little bumpy, was it?
I'm not going to say it was bumpy, but it was. Yes, we're going to put this thing on the ground, and then we're going to get on the brakes really hard.
There you go. Well, yeah. I mean, you have to get on the. That's normal. You have to be on the brakes hard.
Oh no! These guys were Air Force pilots. They were used to that little strap coming and catching them or something. I'm not sure.
Well, it's a big plane to stop, dude.
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Morning, Doug.
Dakota, how you doing?
Good. What did you think about the guy got arrested at the Royals game? Fell into the fountain at the water fountain to get the miracle home run from Salvador Perez.
It was the record-tying home run, and they landed in the fountain, and a fan decided he was going to go get that ball. And listen, I think it's a little overzealous, but at the same time, there are posted signs around the Falcon aplenty that say, if you get into the fountain, you'll be arrested and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. So, I mean, I guess how bad did you want that baseball?
Did he get to keep it? Was it worth it?
I don't know if he got to keep it. The one that'll probably be worth it will be the next one. That's the thing. The next one is the one that might be worth a couple dollars when he breaks George Brett's home run record for their team record.
Yeah. But they've been on a winning streak now.
Yeah, 3 in a row. Got a sweep.
Woo-hoo!
I still think they might finish below 500.
I'd have to go
I
look
don't
back
think
through
they
their
would.
schedule. That might be their first sweep of the season. I don't know.
I don't think they would win 50 games now.
50? You don't think they'll do
Have to
50?
No, I mean win 50. Go straight to 90 wins. I don't think that.
No. They're not doing that. They're 5-5 in their last 10, so they're 500 in their last 10. Yeah, they're at 43 right now. They're not getting to 90. I mean, at this point in time, you got to hope you get to about 60, 65.
Yeah. I know it's a good win for the Royals, and I don't know who they play next, but they should just play like what they did.
They're at Detroit for the next 4.
Okay. Are they the one that's leading?
No, Detroit is 48-54 in the Central. They're just right above the Royals.
They should beat them if they play good.
Yeah, if they keep playing. It looks like Bobby Witt Jr., did he play last night? I was just I haven't had a chance really, Dakota, to keep up much with the Royals out over the last 3 or 4 days. So, but saw a story that he left a game with tightness in his back or something.
I think so.
And no, he was not in the lineup last night. So, don't know if they're going to have him tonight.
Yeah, I'm just ready for the NFL games.
Not much longer. Got about a couple weeks, I guess, before that first one kicks off, right?
Yeah, I'm just ready for see if Mahomes and the Denver's quarterback would be able to play.
Well, Denver's quarterback for sure is going to play, and I'm about 90% sure Patrick Mahomes is going to play.
Yeah. I just hope they just don't hurt Mahomes again. I know Sean Payton used to do that at New Orleans.
Oh, I don't think they're going to go after him with any cheap shots or anything. They're definitely going to try to get after him.
Yeah. Maybe they should just play Justin Fields week 1 I don't know.
That's the drum I keep beating. And look, by now it's probably a bad take because if Mahomes is ready to go, most likely that they're going to go with Mahomes. But that's what I think they should do. I think they should run Justin Fields out there at least for week 1, see what they got, give Mahomes as much time as in his knee as much time as possible. And look, if Fields plays halfway decent in week 1, even if you lose that game, it's against the Broncos. You've got 3 winnable games behind it. I would give Mahomes as much time as you possibly can before you absolutely feel like you have to put him on the field. But that's my take. I mean, like I said, probably a bad take, probably not how they're going to play it, but that's certainly what I would do, Dakota.
I just hope they just go 0-4 with Justin Fields in it.
Well, if they were to do something like that, I think at worst, if Fields played decent in the Broncos game, they lose that game, and then if they lost the next one, I think that'd be where the buck stops. I don't think they'd let it go any further than that.
Yeah, that's true. That's all.
All right, Dakota, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Will do.
All right, 522-1410 is the phone number. We're going to get into a little bit more of this as the show goes on. Yahoo Sports released their NFL power rankings, and I think you're going to be surprised where some teams – they didn't show us the top 10 yet, so it's from 32 through 11.
Well, I want to compare that to so Jay-Z and I, we found this website that you can make a tiered list.
Oh, okay.
And we put NFL teams into different tiers.
Oh, geez. Jay-Z never has good takes when it comes to the NFL, especially when it comes to rankings. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good to have you back, Downs.
Thanks. Appreciate it, Rick.
Hey, what am I, chopped liver?
I'm on.
Well, you've been here all week.
Yeah, but he didn't even say hi.
I'm on my way to St. Louis.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, but I wanted to tell you about my day yesterday. I had an opportunity to go install some coffee equipment in a farm implement dealership in Heston.
Nice.
And I was having lunch with one of my K-State buddies, and here come about 10 Nebraska fans. I mean, they were wearing the patches. I mean, it was – and then after that, 3 or 4 K-State fans come in. And you know me, I kind of started a conversation and kind of told them about you and the radio station and me being Rick the Wildcat. And we got into an interesting topic I wanted to get your opinion on. We kind of come to a decision or a conclusion that it would be great if Nebraska and Kansas State would start a home and home to try to build a rivalry like Texas and Oklahoma had. And it really makes a lot of sense. They're both farm communities. You can have a lot of fun with it. You get some implement companies, to get behind you and farm equipment people. But it really makes a lot of sense. And I just wanted to get your opinion, and I'll listen off the air heading to St. Louis.
All right, buddy. Appreciate it. Safe travels. I would love it, to be honest with you. I've always said that I would love for Nebraska to schedule a home-at-home with an old Big 12 team. Now, whether it's K-State, I mean, that seems like probably the natural fit because of some of the reasons you just said. Iowa State seems like a pretty good fit. Obviously, Oklahoma's not in the Big 12 anymore, but they did that kind of home-at-home with them for a couple of years. But, yeah, I think it would be great. I think part of the issue is, and over the years, as much as some of those games in the 90s and when K-State finally beat Nebraska, a lot of K-State fans wanted it to become this big rivalry. Well, Nebraska fans never bought into it because their rivalry had always, at that point in time, their biggest one had been Colorado. And then probably, Oklahoma was in there, obviously, when they played each other. So it wasn't like K-State fans looked at it more from the standpoint of a rivalry than what Nebraska fans did. Now that they don't play each other all the time and they're in 2 separate leagues, it could actually become a pretty good rivalry.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure Nebraska would want to lose a game like that every year, but such is life.
I'm pretty sure that wouldn't happen every year.
I don't know.
Whole different ball game when you come into the Big Ten, bud. Whole different ball game.
Yeah, because
in front of 98,000.
Because Nebraska's just been a Big Ten powerhouse since they moved.
Still, they got to play those teams every year. Yeah. They're pretty much used to some pretty good competition. Yeah. So,
I'll take K-State.
Well, you can. You're going to lose half the time, at least. No, I would love to have it happen. I think it'd be pretty fun. I think it'd be fun for both schools. I think it'd be fun for both fan bases. And, yeah, bring it on. Bring it on, buddy. Bring it on. I'm all for it. 522-1410.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be exciting to have something like that fire up. I think it'd be a good non-conference game every year on your schedule.
Yeah, there's no doubt. It'd be a great non-conference game for both schools.
Yeah. I don't disagree. By the way, I was sitting here looking at it because you asked the question earlier when Dakota was on the phone. Apparently, no, that fan did not get to keep the ball after jumping into the fountain.
Oh, by the way, just so you know, just to give you a bit of history here, Nebraska leads the all-time football series against K-State 78-15-2.
Semantics.
All right. Didn't get to keep the ball.
Did not get to keep the ball. Apparently, a ballpark attendant procured the baseball as the fan was being escorted out of the facility.
Ballpark attendant said, "Thank you, I'll take that." And then he called his local pawn shop or sports memorabilia shop. I've got this ball.
Yeah.
How much?
Yeah. So for Salvy's part, though, he's lobbying the Kansas City Police Department just to let the guy go.
Well, then they probably will.
Said, please, just take care of the job, please, and send him home. If I was him, I'd maybe jump too and try to get that ball. So please, and thank you for the hard work in trying to get that ball.
See, they didn't have this planned out very good. Because what he should have said was, and him and his buddies should have worked this out. They're like, hey, if Salvy hits his tying home run and it goes in the fountain, I'll go get it, but you need to act like you pushed me in.
Yeah.
And then I lost my footing. And then they can't arrest me for that. You were so excited when you were jumping up and down that you bumped into me and knocked me into the fountain.
Hey, dude, be my fall guy.
Yeah. They didn't plan this very well. See, if you're going to do stupid crap, you got to have a stupid plan.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, if Salvy told them to let him go, they probably will.
Apparently, he was taken down to the station, cited for misdemeanor trespassing.
Yeah, like, isn't that just a ticket?
Yeah, but it could potentially... He could also potentially be, if you're cited for trespassing, you could potentially be banned from wherever you're cited for trespassing from forever. I
just kind of glanced at the story, didn't really read too much into it. I saw the guy was wearing a Perez jersey.
Mm-hmm.
Salvy's probably going to sign a baseball and give it to him. Won't be that one, but at least sign one and give it to him.
Yeah. I don't know why they would. I don't know what the big deal about a fan going into the fountain is.
Oh, I'm sure they have all kinds of rules. I mean, the liability would be huge if somebody went in that fountain and, like, drowned or something. So, yeah, they've got all kinds of rules about those fountains. You probably can't dump your beer in the fountain and all that other kind of stuff. Speaking of stadiums, Chuck.
Yeah.
A rendering has been released. Did you guys talk about this?
No, but I have. I just was seeing this last night, actually.
A rendering has been released of the $3 billion stadium that the Kansas City Chiefs plan to build on the Kansas side. And we're going to talk a little bit about it. I've got a big question centering the stadium. Maybe you can answer it for me.
I'm not on the design team.
Has nothing to do with the design.
All right.
So we'll talk about that coming up here on the other side of the break. Welcome into the game plan. Appreciate everybody listening. Let's roll some phone calls up until the top of the hour. Then Wyatt Thompson, voice of the Cats, joins us. We'll ask him that question. How about a Nebraska K-State home for a few years? Back after this.
Call the game plan now on the Maximum Outdoor Equipment phone lines at 522-1410.
The game plan. KGSO.
The NBC Baseball World Series is back, and your home for all the primetime games is right here on Wichita's sports station, KGSO. From the first pitch to the championship game, KGSO is your home for all your favorite Kansas teams and primetime games. Enjoy the best collegiate players from around the country as they gather for the annual NBC Baseball World Series. And it's right here on KGSO.
Brought to you by the Mark May Allstate Insurance Agency and Pride Egg Ace Hardware of Mays.
America is turning 250, and we're celebrating all month long at Midwest Kia. Join us for our Stars, Stripes, and Savings Sales event, where we're honoring America's 250th birthday with incredible savings throughout July. Celebrate extra savings on every new Kia that's built right here in America, including the award-winning Sportage, Sorento, Telluride, hybrid models, and the electrified EV6 and EV9 models. And no birthday party is complete without a present. This July, purchase any new or pre-owned vehicle and get a $250 gas gift card. It's our way of helping you enjoy the summer road ahead. Plus, every new Kia comes with that unbeatable 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. But hurry, this special Independence Day offer and the $250 gas gift card won't last forever. Visit MidwestKia.com. And remember,
We want to see ya in a Midwest Kia.
see dealer for details. Offer ends July 31st. Warranty is a limited powertrain warranty.
Here's something they don't tell you about Kansas. We've been hosting the greatest baseball tournament in America since 1935.
The 92nd NBC World Series, Wichita, 10 days, 35 games, top college and amateur players from across the country. Over 900 NBC alums have made the major leagues.
Albert Pujols played here, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens. The next one's coming this July.
And baseball around the clock is back. 11 games in 33 hours. That's right, 3 a.m. baseball.
Only in Wichita.
July 23rd through August 1st. Tickets start at just $14 and kids get in free. Get your tickets at NBCBaseball.com.
The 92nd NBC World Series, powered by Evergy. Best kept secret in baseball, it's right here at home.
A lot of homes built in the 90s still have their original siding and windows. If this is you, then call Burwell Construction at 316-794-3430. New siding and windows can make your house more energy efficient. Burwell Construction has been a trusted name for thousands of homeowners. Call them today, 316-794-3430, and let Burwell Construction give you a free estimate on windows and siding. And Burwell Construction will take care of all your guttering needs. Find them online at burwellconstruction.com.
If it's built well, it's Burwell. Burwell Construction.
Fox Sports. Fox Kansas is Wichita's home for exciting live sports action. Saturdays this summer, it's Baseball Night in America. Don't miss the jaw-dropping, bat-cracking Major League Baseball battles each Saturday night in prime time. And whether it's the basketball tournament, IndyCar, NICS racing, or Live Golf, summer Sundays are packed with exciting sports action each and every weekend. Fox Sports. Fox Kansas. Channel 24. Cox Cable Channel 4.
Wichita's sports leader, KGSO, is brought to you by Devon James. Devon James Injury Lawyers. Call 888-8888.
That's 888-8888.
What did you listen to today? This is Wichita's sports station, KGSO.
Welcome back into the show. It's a game plan here on this Thursday morning. Appreciate everybody making us a part of your day. You know who else you can make a part of your day, a part of your weekly pickup? That is our friends at English Rentals and Trash. Jump on their website, english-rentals.com, and check out everything that they have to offer for your home or your business. You're going to be glad you did because you're going to get better service and save some money. I know a lot of you have already contacted them, and they are now your trash company at your home or business. And we can't thank you enough for supporting them as they are a great sponsor of the show. English-rentals.com. That's English-rentals.com Find their phone number right there on their website. Give them a call this morning and find out how they can take care of you and your neighborhood. It's English Rentals and Trash. Make sure you tell them you heard about them on the Game Plan and KGSO. 522-1410, our Maximum Outdoor Equipment hotlines. Call the show. We'd love to hear from you. So the Chiefs have released a rendering of their new stadium. And it honestly, it looks pretty cool. I mean, I'm not going to lie. It's obviously going to be a dome with a roof that does open. It looks like it is going to be, a little over $3 billion to build, right?
If they stay true to the design concept, what I notice immediately, the upper level, kind of the shape, has influences from the old Arrowhead. You kind of see the corners come up to the points with the swooped down ends.
Right.
Instead of the video boards being at the end of each stadium, it kind of looks like the video board, and then maybe it kind of joins into some offices or suites or something. But you see those oval video boards at the top of each sideline, kind of how they have the oval video boards at either end of the stadium right now. So I like the fact that they've kind of tried to incorporate some of the current stadium design into the new stadium. I think that's kind of cool.
There's one thing, though, missing on this that is on the old stadium. We'll talk about it in a minute. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, so I was kind of thinking the same thing you guys were. To me, when I seen the rendering, there's a couple stadiums and buildings that come to mind. First one came to mind. It's I want to say it's in Calgary. It's an indoor arena. You know, they host a lot of rodeos and wrestling, right? But the way the ends come up like that that's the first thing that come to my mind. But I looked, and the closer I looked, have you guys? Either one of you guys been to L.A. to be it's a SoFi Stadium?
No, but I would love to go to that stadium. It looks very cool.
Okay,
and
so
Doug Gottlieb has been a lot of times, and he's like, dude, it is unbelievable.
I went to WrestleMania 39 in L.A., right? And that stadium is so cool. But what makes it so cool is it's the only stadium in the NFL that's got a roof, but it's completely open.
Yeah. No, they had to delay a game there one year because of lightning, and I was talking to Doug about it. I'm like, dude, it's got a roof. And he's like, yeah, but they were afraid the lightning bolts could shoot through the sides because they're wide open.
Yeah, that blew my mind. I was like, what? As I was, checking out the stadium, before the show started, and I'm like, okay, where do you go? Wow, that's how we came in there. It's, completely open. And then it started to rain a little bit right as it ended that night, the first night. And, water comes into the walkway. It's like, oh, my goodness. But I would not want that openness like that, in the Midwest because of weather. But to have it with the ability to open the sides up, right? In say weather like this that we're experiencing this morning, minus the rain, I'm just talking temperature-wise, I think that'd be pretty cool no matter what you're seeing. Now, the video boards look pretty cool. SoFi has that. It's all the way around, right? And it's about, I up in the third bowl, so it was right about our foot level, right? So if you're in the lower bowls, it'd be obviously above you. But, it was, hey, those are pretty cool because, the way they did it, I know that goes more how your electronics set up, but not the whole thing wasn't showing the matches. You had part of it showing matches, other part had it maybe a Tron that was advertising the match that was going on. So they have the ability to split it up. You don't have to have the whole thing like in Dallas with that board. It's all or nothing with it, right? So I think that'd be pretty cool. One thing that I would hope to see, Doug, is I seen someone make a rendering saying that if this is the stadium, the Kansas State High School Athletic Commission needs to make this happen. And it was a aerial view of the field, but it was all wrestling mats, right? And it was talking about in one place, all classes, right, hold their state tournament at the same time in the same place. And the way they had it set up,
I've got mixed feelings about that. I mean, where it would be cool for the athletes, obviously, to be able to participate in a professional stadium, I think the atmosphere would be terrible.
Oh, no doubt. Just because too much. If you've ever been to high school wrestling, especially a weekend tournament or all day long tournament, it's chaos. Now, if you had 80, 90,000 people, and then plus you're going to be looking at ants unless you're on the floor, right?
Right. Yeah.
But it was just the aerial aesthetic view of all the mats set up. It was like, wow. So my question to this, Doug, is I obviously they haven't broke ground yet, but when did they say I got to? We can make a gentleman's bet. When did they say that the stadium would be done?
Well, they're going to supposedly play there in the 2031 season.
Okay, so like I said, gentleman's bet, because I'm a wrestling fan. So what do you think that building hosts first, Super Bowl or WrestleMania?
Super Bowl.
Fair enough. I would get that because it's more the mainstream.
Well, I don't know. How long do they plan out WrestleMania? Because, Super Bowls are planned out 2-3 years in advance. So even if, they would have to decide in the next couple of years that a Super Bowl is going to be held there. And I don't think they'll make that decision until this is done, when they see what the stadium looks like, the amenities that it has to offer, and all that. So, I mean, I think
WrestleMania is not a 3 to 5 year out plan, depending. They have their certain cities, and then certain cities that they've already signed letters to hold one in the future. So they right about the same time.
I think 2035 is probably your earliest season that you'll ever see a Super Bowl there.
Fair enough. And we just hope it.
Damn, I'll be old then. I won't go.
You and me both, Doug. Hey, my grandson will be like, in a more of a mature voice, Papa, let's go to the Super Bowl. Be like, and I'll be able to tell him, I've only got one lung left, and I want to keep it. I don't want to pawn it to go. Back in my day, you could get to the Super Bowl for $20 and still have money for beer.
Yeah.
That'll be the conversation to have. But you guys have a wonderful day, man, and thanks for taking my call, and hopefully this clouds go away.
Yeah, it looks like it's moving on. All right, David, thanks, man. Appreciate it. All right, 522-1410 is the phone number if you want to weigh in. Chuck, this is why I was never an architect or had any desire. Can I just read this to you real quick?
Sure.
One of the biggest aspects of the design from Manica, an architecture firm, I can't even say the word, firm in Kansas City, Kansas, is the fully enclosed dome will feature a ceiling of translucent ethylene tetrafluoroethylene panels. This is why I'm not an architect. I don't know how to spell words without vowels. And apparently you have to have those if you're going to be an architect. The new stadium's design also pays homage to Arrowhead Stadium, the Chiefs' longtime home venue in Missouri, blah, blah, blah. Will be built with a symmetrical and curved exterior, including a scalloped upper deck in each end zone, continuing the Chiefs' unique look.
Okay.
Did you get any of those words that I just said?
Well, I don't know what article you're reading. I'm on the Chiefs website, and at least they're nice enough to give us a unknown acronym for it. The $3 billion state-of-the-art stadium will be fully enclosed with a translucent ETFE.
Well, there you go. But see, that's not correct, because it's one word.
Listen, I'd rather say ETFE than just stumble all over what you tried to say.
Ethylene tetrafluoroethylene panels. It's all one word. So you can't use an acronym for that.
No, it's two words.
Okay. Technically, yes. But one word is in it twice.
Ethylene tetrafluoroethylene.
Whatever the hell that means. Okay.
A translucent ETFE or ethylene tetrafluoroethylene roof is a lightweight, high-performance polymer membrane commonly used in large-span structures like stadium and airports.
All right, you lost me at membrane. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
All right, hear me out.
Okay.
You could have the K-State Nebraska game
Here he goes
at
again.
Arrowhead Stadium. Give half the tickets to Nebraska, half the tickets to K-State fans, and make it away from home game so it wouldn't interfere with your home field profits of your home game.
Well, you would need 80% tickets for the Nebraska fans because they're going to travel better because that's just what they do.
Hey, that's just more economy for Kansas. I mean, but just think of the draw, the national draw, the ESPN, all those guys would be getting in on it.
No. Listen, the only way they're going to care is if both of them are halfway decent or good. Because if they have
been both teams.
If they both have 2 or 3 losses, then they're not going to care. They won't show up for it.
I don't know, but I'm just saying, you have that investment in Kansas, and that would be a great. I'm just telling the guys, you got to think outside.
Well,
the
Rick,
box.
you need to start writing Clark Hunt and
call
the president of Nebraska and the president of K-State and get this thing put together.
Your guest Wyatt, it would be able to kind of float that idea as better than I could.
Yeah, probably. All
but
right.
I'm just saying, if the whole deal is to make money and not upset your home games, just do it away game and it's a short drive for both teams, and who benefits? The state of Kansas for the revenue of all those Nebraska fans that'll buy hot dogs.
I would imagine there's going to be some big-time college football matchups that'll probably be played at this stadium once it's done.
I just think, the more I think about it, I just think it'd be great. Be great for Kansas, great for the Chiefs to show off their stadium, great for Nebraska fans. I mean, the whole deal about being a fan is being able to go to a game and experiences, show your kids the experience of going to a football game. And I think it wouldn't be as lopsided as you might think today. I think Nebraska would have a chance and K-State would have a chance. They're both pretty good teams.
Yeah, they're probably about the same, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
On where they're at.
That's the point I'm making. Sorry to call back.
Thanks, appreciate it. All right, 522-1410 is the phone number. Here's my big important question that I have. From everything that I'm seeing and reading, this doesn't look like, at least at this point in time, that it's going to be called Arrowhead Stadium. It says Chief Stadium on all the renderings.
Well, a formal naming process probably is going to have to take place. I'm sure Arrowhead will be reconsidered for this new stadium. But, yeah, in the meantime, they're probably going to go with something generic.
But if the current Arrowhead Stadium stays in place and they decide to use it for something else, then they probably can't use Arrowhead Stadium because the current stadium has that name. And the other thing that's not on any of this, and maybe they just haven't signed on yet and their deal's up, I'm not exactly sure how long their contract goes, is the GEHA LMNOP deal that's a sponsor of it.
Well, they're
going to do like every other NFL team. They're going to go find a major sponsor for the naming of the stadium. I don't think it's going to be called Arrowhead at all. It's going to be the, I don't know, DraftKings Chief Stadium or something. Because that's what we do. We'll put gambling sites on it and then tell all the players. But if you gamble, you're going to get suspended indefinitely. But, yeah, Arrowhead's nowhere on any of these renderings.
Well, again, there's still, there's a process to this.
But you'd think that would just move over.
And I typed in, I asked the old Google box here, could the Chiefs' new stadium be named Arrowhead even if the old stadium is still up or still viable or whatever? Yes, the new stadium could be named Arrowhead or use a variation of the name, even if the old facility still stands in Missouri, the team has filed trademarks for names like Arrowhead Sports Complex and Arrowhead Sports and Entertainment Complex for their upcoming project in Kansas. So again, there's legal processes, naming trademarks have to be filed before they can decide on a proper name. So any rendering is going to be something that's either already tied to the team or, as generic as possible until they work through all of that.
No, this is what's going to happen. I'm sure they're already out looking for a major sponsor for naming rights of the stadium, whatever that might be. Once they find those people, they're going to say, are you going to be okay with us calling this, blank Arrowhead Stadium? And if that company says, well, I don't know, that may be offensive to some people, then they're going to back off of it.
No, it wouldn't be any different right now than like what GEHA has. It'd be GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium.
That's not a stadium naming rights. That's a field right.
Well,
they're going to look for
that's how they would
stadium
spin it.
Naming right.
I don't know. I think the Chiefs are going to somehow keep Arrowhead in the fold because legally the name does travel with the franchise.
It hasn't been anywhere on any of these renderings, anywhere, or mentioned in any article that it's Arrowhead Stadium. So it's just been referred to as Chiefs Stadium.
Well, that's, yeah.
All right, back to wrap up the hour next.
This portion of the game plan brought to you by Southwestern Remodeling, Wichita's full-line remodeler since 1970. See our project galleries at southwesternremodeling.com.
The game plan. KGSO.
The NBC Baseball World Series is back, and your home for all the primetime games is right here on Wichita's sports station, KGSO. From the first pitch to the championship game, KGSO is your home for all your favorite Kansas teams and primetime games. Enjoy the best collegiate players from around the country as they gather for the annual NBC Baseball World Series. And it's right here on KGSO.
Brought to you by Doc Greens, Auburn Spirits, and Taco Pronto.
It's towing season, so that means it's time to come see the experts at Truck Stuff. Whether you're needing a hitch, a gooseneck or bumper pull, a brake controller, or airbags to level the ride, we've got you covered. We'll guide you on what suits your vehicle best so that you can have a safe and enjoyable trip. Whether you want to install it yourself or have our professional installers do it here, we thank you for shopping local at Truck Stuff at their corner of Central and Washington.
Tricked out, decked out, check us out. Truck Stuff. Go hog wild, pit barbecue.
The best barbecue deal in town is at Hog Wild. Right now, Hog Wild is serving up a $5.99 meal that's big on flavor and easy on your wallet. Get a one-meat sandwich, your favorite classic side and a drink, all for just $5.99. Want brisket? Upgrade to our tender slow-smoked beef brisket for only $1.50 more. Pulled pork, juicy chicken, and hot links. Everything is smoked fresh, made daily, and piled high. This is real barbecue at a price that's hard to beat. When you want big flavor and a big deal, head to Hog Wild for the $5.99 meal deal today. Great food, great price, great barbecue. Join us for lunch or dinner or order online at gohogwild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 6 locations in Wichita, also in Derby, El Dorado, Hutchinson, and Salina.
Go hog wild, pit barbecue. Hog wild, get some for you. But don't be late, we close at 8.
Mark your calendar for Saturday, July 25th, 3 to 5 p.m. and join us for our Wine and Cheese Day featuring incredible Oregon wines hand-selected after our recent Willamette Valley adventure. Perfectly paired with artisan cheeses from our local friends at Wichita Wagyu. It's free. Plus, we've got even more tasting, special events, and exclusive finds happening all summer long. Stop by Auburn Spirits at 13303 West Maple or visit auburnspirits.com to see our full events calendar. Auburn Spirits, where we celebrate local, discover something new, and make every gathering a little more memorable.
Windsurge Baseball is back at Equity Bank Park all week long, and there's something special every night. Tuesday, take advantage of 2 for Tuesday. Wednesday brings Wet Nose Wednesday. Thursday is Turbo Tubs. Friday, Feel the Force. It's Star Wars night at the ballpark. Saturday, beat the heat with Christmas in July. And Sunday, wrap it all up with Sunday Family Fun Day. 6 incredible nights, 1 amazing ballpark. Get your tickets now, only at windsurge.com.
John Stugatz, afternoons on Wichita's sports station, KGSO.
Welcome back into the show as we wrap up hour number 1. Wyatt Thompson joins us at the top of the next hour. We're going to have to throw Rick's ideas out to him about K-State, Nebraska, renewing a rivalry.
Oh, my.
And playing it at Chief Stadium.
Yeah.
What? What are you being grumpy about?
I'm not.
Yeah, you are. What'd you?
I'm sitting here reading something.
Do you want to share?
Yeah.
Okay.
The conversation that we were having during the break about whether or not that the Chiefs will bring Arrowhead over to the new stadium, and I think that they somehow will. And it's, we were talking about the difference between stadium sponsors and stadium names, and you had said that there's not another NFL team that's had a unique name for their stadium, and so the field's been sponsored. Your own Denver Broncos. It's Empower Field at Mile High Stadium.
Yeah, I mean they sold their field. They didn't sell their stadium naming rights.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't see the Chiefs doing anything different. Arrowhead is way too much attached to that
But
franchise.
on their new stadium, they will have naming rights for the stadium. It will be such and such Mile High Stadium.
I don't know. I think Mile High for the Broncos, and especially if it's being built in an area with the same elevation, and with the Chiefs, Arrowhead, I think they're so synonymous that I think you'll continue to see both of those teams.
I don't think Empower sponsors that field anymore, by the way.
Well, I'm just saying
because this, according to what I'm researching, Kansas City is the only team that has a field stadium split. GEH Field at Arrowhead Stadium. They're the only one in the NFL. If they can get $100 million or whatever the price tag will be for somebody to name that stadium, that's what they're going to do.
Well, then whatever you looked up or whoever you looked up is wrong, and I'm surprised
AI.
you don't know
it's
this.
AI on Google.
Well,
is what it says.
The Denver Broncos currently play their home games at Empire Field at Mile High.
I don't think Empower's with them anymore, Chuck. I really don't. I think that ended. I haven't heard him say that in a long time. At least a couple of years.
The agreement runs through 2039.
They sure don't promote it like that very much.
Just telling you what it says.
I'm just telling you, I don't believe Arrowhead will end up on this stadium. I think Arrowhead was unique to the stadium in Kansas City. I think that their practice complex will be called Arrowhead.
Then why is the team already filing?
Well, I'm sure they probably already had that from years ago. The trademark. I'm sure they had that trademark from.
All right, but it's
when it all first
we're
came up.
arguing about something that's 4 or 5 years away from now, and
It's longer than that.
it's 2026. 31 minus 26 is 5. 4 to 5 years.
Okay. You're right. It's 2026. It's not 2021.
Jesus.
2031 seems like it should be like 10 years from now.
No. It's like when.
Well, hell, then I'm not going to be that old.
It's like when millennials want to say, 1970s. That was 30 years ago. No, bud. More like 56 years ago. 1970. The 80s weren't even 30 years ago.
Shut up.
Sorry to burst your bubble.
This will be a 70,000 seat stadium, by the way. What's the current one? Is the current one bigger than that? Isn't it like 72? Maybe not. Maybe it's like 62.
Current Arrowhead capacity has an official seating capacity of 76,416. Through standard configuration, capacity is often cited at 73,426 and was temporarily adjusted to around 67,513 for a soccer-specific layout like the 2026 World Cup.
Why would they build this smaller?
I mean, I don't know.
They did say that they want to do things to have amplified crowd noise so that they can beat the Seattle Seahawks record of decibels. 142.2 decibels is currently the record held by the Seattle Seahawks.
Well,
and that's outside, so that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, and you really can't tell in these renderings, but if they keep the dimensions of the seating, because the way that Arrowhead is currently shaped, and it almost just kind of goes, it's a lot steeper than most NFL stadiums. Like the seating kind of goes just more or less just straight up. If they do that, then that'll help lend to some of that noise. That's why Arrowhead is as loud as it is right now. That and the fact that it's completely enclosed.
By the way, just so everybody knows, because I know this is a big deal, the stadium will be surrounded by more than 20,000 parking spots for tailgating.
Woohoo!
So there you go. Don't have to walk. You don't have to take a bus. You don't have to do any of that.
Just got to pay $100.
Just got to pay a lot. Oh, it'll be more than that. Just got to pay a lot of money for that parking spot. That's going to be good for the racetrack if they put all those parking spots in.
Yeah. Well, no, because they won't be allowed to park at the.
I bet you they will. I bet you that they will be able to. Because look, you're not going to have a Chiefs home game and the NASCAR race on the same day.
Oh, I'd beg to differ.
Ooh. I wouldn't go to either one if that's the case. You know how many people that is?
You think
what's the racetrack hold? Like 90?
I know you're talking about being over in the same area, but you really think they're going to be close enough to where they could share parking
They're
lots?
going to be right next door to each other. They're building this, from what I've read, the land that they bought is just right there west of the racetrack.
Well, heck.
That big old open field.
Huh. Yeah. Maybe the racetrack and the stadium will piggyback off each other and share parking.
Could you imagine on a race day? I mean, dude, you're talking about 200,000 people right there, almost.
Be kind of unique, though. I wonder what that would sound like inside the stadium if a NASCAR race was going on outside. Could you hear? I wonder if you could hear it inside the stadium.
Oh, if anything, you could probably feel the vibration of the cars. Wyatt Thompson next.
Your latest news on KGSO.
From the news desk, I'm Andy Hoosier. Wichita Police Department's homeless outreach team says they're trying to work these streets right now, warning individuals about the ongoing extreme heat concerns as things are warm, and they're planning to get warmer over the next week. As according to the officer Brittany Graham, saying that the department has put an emphasis on getting the word out since Sedgwick County Emergency Management has notified them about the ongoing heat advisories.
The United Way is going to be out doing outreach as well with us. The Open Door, Humankind, so we all have our areas that we focus on and that we work really collaboratively together because it's not just a police problem. We're all out here doing the work to help people get out of the heat and into resources.
At the same time, with the ongoing increase in temperatures, HVAC companies say that they're getting bombarded with calls with technicians being busier than normal with trying to fix people's HVAC systems, where they are reminding about tips to try and keep your air conditioner running smoothly, including cleaning your filter, washing out the outdoor unit, along with other maintenance.
News on KGSO is brought to you by Phil's Coins, buying, selling, and trading coins, bullion, and jewelry. It's 9344 West Central and online at philscoins.com.
It's a sweep for the Kansas City Royals. Last night they were able to complete the sweep with a 5-4 win over the Giants. The Royals now take on the Tigers on a road trip, a 4-game series that starts tonight at 5:40. The Aftershocks are going to try to close out the series against the Enchantments tonight at Charles Koch Arena. The Aftershocks are up 1-0 in the 3-game series. That game tips off at 8 o'clock in the TBT. The Jayhawks Hoops tied up the series with Purple Rain last night with an 84-80 win. Those two teams will finish out their best of 3 on Friday. That's sports. I'm Doug Downs. Sports Report brought to you by Burwell Construction. Decks, pergolas, patio covers, roofing, siding, windows, guttering, and more. 316-794-3430 or online at burwellconstruction.com.
Are you looking for a better healthcare experience this summer? Kingman Healthcare Center is a full-service hospital with a 24/7 emergency room with little to no wait times. Our clinics offer same-day appointments and convenient scheduling for your annual checkups. Don't wait. Make your health a top priority and schedule your appointment today. You won't regret the short drive without the big city traffic. Exceptional care every time. To learn more, visit our website, kingmanhc.com.
Hi, this is Blake Davis with Davis Liquor Outlet. We're so proud to still be serving Wichita after 50 years and 3 generations. Let us be your local one-stop shop for adult beverages and more. Whether you're looking for wine and beer, your favorite spirit, or snacks, party supplies, and more, we've got what you need. And don't forget all the ways you can save. Score 20% off wine and liquor when you buy by the case. Seniors, veterans, and active military can save 10% every day. Davis Liquor Outlet, each store independently owned and operated. Neighborhood locations with superstore pricing.
Windsurge baseball is back at Equity Bank Park all week long, and there's something special every night. Tuesday, take advantage of 2 for Tuesday. Wednesday brings Wet Nose Wednesday. Thursday is Turbo Tubs. Friday, Feel the Force. It's Star Wars night at the ballpark. Saturday, beat the heat with Christmas in July. And Sunday, wrap it all up with Sunday Family Fun Day. 6 incredible nights, 1 amazing ballpark. Get your tickets now, only at windsurge.com.
Ag News from the Mid-America Ag Network. I'm James Guerin. Cattle markets have faced severe pressure throughout July with live and feeder cattle futures enduring weeks of steep losses. Sharp cash market drops, eroding wholesale box beef values, and persistent triple-digit heat across the High Plains continue to weigh heavily on regional producer margins. Darrell Peel, Oklahoma State University livestock economist, tells us what these losses mean to him.
You know, the last couple of weeks have been a pretty serious pullback in the markets in terms of especially the future kind of leading the way, but cash markets as well. And, you know, this is, I'm going to characterize this as a correction. You know, I think it's partly seasonal. It's midsummer. It's kind of the summer doldrums. We're between, you know, July 4th and Labor Day. So that's part of it. And maybe that was kind of what set this up, but it's beyond that. It's just a correction led by the futures market. You know, additionally, kind of adding fuel to the fire here for this correction, box beef prices pulled back this past week pretty significantly. Obviously, we've been watching these, you know, beef demand for a number of months now, really speculating on whether we would get to a point where we'd see significant pushback. But again, I don't think this indicates anything fundamentally different in beef demand. I think it's just a seasonal thing. The summer doldrums, if you will, and it's not uncommon if you look at the seasonal pattern for most of the beef cuts.
And what about for the fed cattle markets?
You know, cash fed cattle prices have pulled back again on the heels of a sharp decline in the live cattle futures. So I think there's a couple things going on. I mean, it's really, again, the futures market is mostly a technical correction. We've had such a long run of this bull market, and we've seen several corrections before. I think this is just the latest one, if you will. You know, a long-term bull market, lots of people have these extended long positions, and they're looking for an opportunity to kind of take a little money off the table, maybe reset some of these positions.
Ag News from the Mid-America Ag Network.
Clouds and a little shower and thunderstorm activity early on in south central Kansas. As we get into the afternoon, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds, a high near 90. Wind turning to southeast 10 to 20. Gusts could hit 25. Tonight, more showers and storms possible, especially late. Lows dropping to 75. We'll see that chance for showers and storms during the morning hours on Friday, then should dry out in the afternoon. Highs on Friday near 93, back to triple digits this weekend. In the Cake First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Frank Waugh.
At 7 o'clock, it's currently 88 degrees.
This is Wichita's sports station, K230PY, 93.9 FM, 1410 AM, and 99.7 HD3. KGSO Belle Plaine, Wichita. Broadcasting live from the KGSO studios in West Wichita. This is The Game Plan on Wichita's sports station, KGSO.
Here we go. It is hour number 2 of The Game Plan on this Thursday morning. Welcome in to Wichita's #1 sports talk. Been doing it for over 20 years in and around the Wichita area. Couldn't have lasted this long without all of you listening to this station, starting with this show. Can't thank you enough for that. Doug Downs, Chuck Fairweather hanging with you. And it is hour 2. It's a Thursday. That means we head off to the Maximum Outdoor Equipment Hotlines. We find our good friend, the voice of the Cats, Wyatt Thompson. Good morning, Wyatt. How you doing this morning, my friend?
I'm doing really well. I hope you guys are too. We're getting a little rain in Manhattan, which we kind of need, so I'm excited about that. Got to go see my sisters last night, so life's good.
Well, good. I think it kind of skirted right around us, to be honest with you. The thunder and lightning's been around, but I'm not sure that we got any rain. It wasn't raining when I came in, but I haven't been outside in the last couple hours. So, yeah, kind of skirted around us, but good stuff. Yeah, this is the time of year. I mean, you're busy, right? I mean, you're going to practices and you're doing different things and talking to coaches and all that, but you don't have that, weekly grind of doing a game. So a little bit more time to do some things you want to do, huh?
Yeah, but it's starting to ramp up. I think you're aware of the fact that our report date is August 4th for K-State football, and their first practice will be that following morning on the 5th. And that's basically a month from the opening game on September 5th against Nichols. We've been through Big 12 Media Days now, so we're getting closer and closer. You are probably following the TBT. They were here the other night, played in Topeka last night, be back here in Manhattan now tomorrow night.
Yep.
With that TBT game on Wednesday, I guess, or Tuesday, I guess it was. No, Wednesday. Little press conference for Coach Alexander and for the players. And, I've been kind of running into some of the football players and taking some stuff over to football today. And I mean, it's just, working on affiliate liners and those types of things, just kind of slowly pacing upward, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of how we do this.
Well, that's kind of what we do for 3 hours every day during this time of year is slowly pace upwards to football season. All right, so I'm going to throw something at you. We have one of our very, very good listeners. He's been listening to this show probably for the entire 21 years it's been in existence, but
nice.
Big K-State fan, calls himself Rick the Wildcat.
Yeah.
Big Wyatt Thompson fan, loves your appearances every week on the show. But he called this morning and said that he was somewhere the other day, and he was having some coffee with some friends, and in walked a group of Nebraska fans. And if you know Rick's kind of a little bit of a character. He's not a guy that's very shy, so of course, he went up to the Nebraska fans and started talking to them and kind of, razzing them a little bit and telling them about this show and me being a Nebraska fan and all that. Well, here comes some K-State fans into the place.
Yeah.
So Rick just kind of speared the conversation of, you know what we need to do? We need to get this figured out, and we need a home-at-home series with K-State, Nebraska playing each other in football for a couple of years. Now, I think that's just a damn good idea.
Well, I don't disagree with that. I look back on the time that they were in the league when I came to Kansas State in 2002. At that time, as you know, they were pretty darn good and a high-level national figure and what have you. And that continued for, quite some time. But I loved doing football games there. And you know what? We've had some good basketball matchups with those guys over the years, too. And I think we're going to potentially get to them eventually in basketball also, maybe sooner rather than later. So yeah, I'm all for it, man.
Well, didn't they play each other last year in basketball? Right? Was it in?
In Kansas City.
Yeah,
in Kansas City. That was one of the games that I did. I don't miss many, as you know, but I missed that one because that was in Kansas City on a Friday night, and we played Utah and Salt Lake in football the next day, and we couldn't work out the travel the way we needed to and what have you. So had to fill in for that one. Wade Gershner did that game, did a good job, and came right down to the wire. And Nebraska had a special season last year. They've lost some guys, but they've recruited well. Coach Hoiberg does a really good job, and I think it would be a fun series. The football, I think it would. And I don't want to speak for anybody here other than myself. I think it's harder to do football now just because of the scheduling. I mean, you've seen the SEC media days and probably have followed that the last few days. They're talking about the 9-game conference schedule and how much more difficult that makes things. So welcome to our world, right? With
really.
That, and I don't know that you're going to see. Maybe we will with TV money going forward, but I don't know that there's going to be a lot of add-ons with Power 4 versus Power 4 right away. But we'll see how it plays. But I'm totally for it. I mean, and I think everybody is. TV is, fans are. It makes sense.
Now, I thought that the NCAA was going to try to put in, and maybe they just couldn't get this done, that they were going to put in some kind of a rule where you played your 9-conference schedule, but you still had to schedule another Power 4 team in a non-conference.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And we actually have, let's see, I don't remember exactly when that was enacted, but I do believe that is the case, and that's kind of how it's going to go moving forward. And again, I think it's just, they've stretched out the college football season with more Saturdays, week 0 and all of that kind of stuff to get more television windows. And that's, people sometimes shake their head about the money, but that's why. I mean, that's where most of the revenue is generated. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And so they want those big-time matchups. And tell me that K-State Nebraska football wouldn't be on one of the major networks, right?
Oh, yeah, I would
think.
It's
a no-brainer.
I would think.
Yeah.
Well, and Rick even expanded on his idea and said, and I think they need to play one of those games at the new Arrowhead when it's built in Kansas.
Well, yeah, that's kind of been another story that's in the forefront for the last couple of days. And do you get excited about the renderings you're seeing, or is it too far away? You're not thinking too much about it yet?
Yeah, we were just talking about it. Chuck and I were just kind of talking about it in this last segment. And I said this. I find it very interesting that in all the renderings it says Chief Stadium, and Arrowhead is nowhere mentioned on that. So you wonder, are they going to keep the Arrowhead, or will that go to a big-time corporate sponsor that now names it? They already got the GEHA, whatever it is, field.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see what they do with that.
Yeah, I would think it'd probably be an obvious take to say that there will be some type of corporate naming rights with it just because of the money on the line there. I'm sure I don't know this in any way, shape, or form, but I think I think the fans would hope that there's Arrowhead in it somehow, some way. But if there's not, I guess Chiefs and a corporate sponsor would suffice. I'm maybe everybody doesn't feel the same way, but the corporate naming stuff is so big now. It's always been big at professional level, but it's becoming more and more prevalent at college because everybody needs money to pay players.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, it's just there's so much talk at Big 12 media days about the monsters, Big 12 package and what that will mean revenue wise, and some have said it's Big 12's not getting the value they should out of it, but I think it's just a start anyway, if I'm being honest. And a lot of these people are trying to just get corporate, dollars for naming rights and that kind of stuff. It's just part of it.
Have there been any more details about that deal with Monster Energy that's been released yet, or are we still kind of, know what we know based on what was announced at media days?
Probably the latter more than anything, and I'll be honest with you, Chuck, I haven't studied it maybe necessarily as closely as I should have or will before the start of the season, but it is a league-wide deal. There's been a lot of talk within the league about it. I've seen some stuff where they're working with the markings on the uniforms and on the field and all of that. You know, you have to do all of that, and it has to meet, you know, certain standards. And so it's been talked about a lot, but have I followed it to the nth degree in every detail? Frankly, no. but I don't think there's been a lot done other than the stuff that I've tried to describe here since we all found out that this was moving forward. Does that make sense? I hope.
Yeah, I just was curious to see, you know, if there were any more details on, you know, how the revenue share between the schools is going to break down, or, you know.
Yeah, I think it's a certain amount of money per year for 5, if I'm not mistaken. Does that sound right, Doug? I think that's right.
Yeah, and, you know, look, I know that there has been some people, because I've seen it on social media, too, where people are like, oh, boy, the Big 12 got screwed by Monster. They're giving them way more. Listen, as a guy that has to deal with sponsorships and things like that, sometimes you have to go into these things saying, all right, give us this kind of money. We're going to over-deliver, and we're going to prove ourselves. But when we do, guess what? You're ponying up to the table for more.
Sure, and that's sometimes how this works, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just kind of the nature of it, too. I think a lot of people are always interested in you know, branding, and I'm talking about businesses with, you know, athletics, because, you know, it is so widely followed and listened to and viewed and all of those things. So there is value in it. I guess you have to decide, you know, with the corporate side and with the corporate side of athletics, is it kind of what both entities want and need and get, right? And that's exactly what you described. So, yeah, I agree 1,000% with that.
Well, and look, this is by no way to knock the Big 12 at all, because you know I'm a big fan of the Big 12, even though my team doesn't play in it anymore. I'm still a big fan of that conference. I think it's a great conference. I think it's great athletics in that conference. But for a company like Monster, and this is where I guess you have to give Yormark a lot of credit. Think about this. Like, Monster's sitting around here, they probably don't know a ton about the Big 12. All they hear about is the SEC and the Big 10 when it comes to football. So they're thinking in their minds, you know, well, we're going to kind of get in bed with a conference that isn't at the top and may actually be the bottom of the Power Four. We really don't know. So I'm sure their mindset was a little bit different looking at this than most of us around here.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. And, you know, there's been a lot made in the last couple of days or so, maybe even a little bit more than that, with that deal with Monsters is league-wide, right, for the Big 12. If you've followed it, too, the ACC is doing more like individual schools as opposed to a league-wide corporate entity. So, it isn't all apples, oranges, I suppose. But that's business, too. And but yet you see the stamp that is coming our way with corporate money and marks and, you know, signage and all of that kind of stuff throughout all of these venues, whether it's, you know, Morgan Family Arena or Bill Snyder Family Stadium or Bramlage or Toynton Family Stadium, whatever it might be, right?
Yeah, I just hope that, you know, from a football standpoint, everybody finds a way to keep up with Texas Tech when it comes to the money that's being spent. To be honest with you, because look, I don't want one conference or one team to come in. I think this is a unique thing to the Big 12 when it comes to football.
Sure.
You can't really look at the Big 12 right now, at least I can't, and say, look, I'd put all my money on this team because they're going to win this league this year. I just don't think that that's a possibility right now.
Well, I think there's a lot we could say about Texas Tech and what they're doing. I have to say I would give them credit for being out in front of this with this latest deal that you've read about. That's a lot of money over a long period of time. It augments what they're already doing and spending with NIL dollars, both in terms of at the school level with the rev share and then the secondary NIL. So there's a lot of money there, and I don't think it's any real secret that they're paying, you know, more than most in not just the Big 12, but around the country too. They're easily one of the top 3 or 4 or 5 spenders in all of college football, and it matters. I mean, I don't think anybody would debate that. Do we like it necessarily? There's your debate.
Yeah.
and how it's being done and all of that. That's the debate as opposed to, what they're doing. But they've been out in front of it. I got to give them credit for that.
But you know what? Wow. Sorry, I thought Chuck had something that he was going to say right there, and then he lost it all of a sudden.
Yeah, sorry.
It happens. It means you're getting older, Chuck.
I know.
But you know what? I think a lot of people would look at like Indiana, and everybody wants to go back to Indiana and what they did last year. And yes, Indiana had that Mark Cuban money. But I think what people forget, and I think this is still going to be important in this game, I think what people forget is Curt Cignetti is a good coach. And he brought a lot of guys that were experienced players into that program. So having that experience and having guys that understood, I mean, he brought a lot of guys with him when he moved over that already understood his system, knew what he expected, all that kind of stuff. That matters. So you can go out and buy these players and bring them in for 1 year all you want. I don't think that guarantees that you're winning a national championship.
Well, it doesn't, because there is no such guarantees in life. I think we understand that. And, I think in being just upfront and as frank as I can be about this, I think if you go back to last late October in through November and what have you and into the playoff run, how many times did we hear, boy, that for the money they're spending, they better be a playoff team, and they better, I'm talking about Tech again, they better be in the hunt for a national title or Joey ain't going to be around very long. Do you remember those kind of stories?
Yeah.
I don't know that that's changed, even though they did win a Big 12 championship and they did go to the playoffs. They didn't do necessarily all that well in the playoffs, though. So, when you're playing ball, I equate it to you and Chuck going to Vegas, and instead of playing the $10 table, you're playing at the $500 a hand table.
That's only Chuck. Is the only one that has that kind of money.
Yeah, whatever.
But you see the tie there, right? About what we're talking about. With that high stakes comes high pressure, and they have done a really good job of raising money and being out in front and so on and so forth. And yet, it's still again, I'm not trying to downplay what they've accomplished. They've done what they wanted to do. They wanted to go out and win the league, and they did that, right? And they've restocked. I got asked a very interesting question a couple of days ago. What's more important, having the best offensive and defensive line in the league or having the best quarterback? How would you answer that? And the reason I say that, and the question was proposed because after losing Sorsby, people wonder, well, will Tech still win the league? And there are people that believe they will because most of the things you read say they have the best offensive and defensive fronts in the conference. Okay, well, I think the answer is, and none of us like being a fence rider, right? Take a stance, but I think those things go hand in hand. You can't win a championship without having both. Agreed? I mean, they're going to go as far as Will Hammond is going to take them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I would agree. I think that there are some things that come into fact. Like I don't think you need to have a quarterback that's the best one in the league. I don't think you need to have a quarterback, that throws for 5,000 yards or whatever it is. I think you just need to have a good quarterback that can manage whatever system you have, especially if you do have a good defense it's hard to score against.
Well, okay, so that leads to this question then. Let's go back to Indiana and the job Cignetti's done and what they've done. They lost what a lot of people believe is a difference-making, high-level quarterback, right?
Yeah.
Did they replace him well enough to win another national championship?
I got questions about that.
I know, because I think that kid is an elite thrower and an elite person and performed at the highest level during the highest level games. Will they get that out of Hoover? We don't know that. We don't. And that's the intrigue. There's a lot of intrigue in what we cover, with college athletics. But you got to let that play out because you don't know.
I can tell you this. They are not
Okay.
on my radar to win the Big Ten this year.
Really? You
No.
think Ohio State?
I think Oregon.
Oh, you think Oregon?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
But I think Ohio State's second. I mean, I got Indiana somewhere around 4 or 5 coming out of the
Okay.
Big Ten.
And who do you have winning the SEC?
Oh boy, that's a question.
Yeah.
I don't know that you're going to keep Kirby Smart and Georgia down, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So I kind of like them a lot coming out of the SEC. Obviously, I think there's going to be a lot of people on the Texas bandwagon, but to be honest with you, I think Sark has to prove it. It's kind of to me, Texas and USC are the same. Like both of them have these high-profile coaches that everybody wants to talk about, but they never win anything. Like so, until you do, you got to prove it.
Yeah, and that's probably a fair assessment, I suppose. And it's hard to argue with. I mean, Georgia hasn't been Georgia of 3 years ago for a little bit here, but that doesn't mean they can't be moving forward at some point. But they were doing it in multiple years there for a little bit, and that's hard to maintain that. And I think it'll be hard to maintain that for Cignetti playing in that league. I get asked a lot about the Big 12, and the perception nationally, and rightfully so, is that the Big 12 is very balanced top to bottom. They play a ton of close games. You can't argue with that, can you? That's what it is, right?
Yeah, no, I would agree.
But has Tech taken it up enough levels to maybe have some separation there? I would argue maybe not. I don't know that there's a lot of difference without Sorsby between BYU, Utah, Tech, and others, including Kansas State. Fair?
Oh, completely
Accurate?
fair.
What do you think?
Yeah, completely
Yeah.
fair. Hey, I've said
Yeah.
all along, my surprise team and the team
Arizona, there's another one.
Well, here's a team that I think is going to be a surprise, and maybe not to those that follow the Big 12, but I think to other people, it's not going to surprise me one bit to see Houston playing for the Big 12 championship.
I don't think there are people in this league that would agree with you for sure on that. They have so much back. They have a very, very fine head coach and a really good staff. They've recruited well. And Willie's not been afraid at all to say, they've got Connor Wegman's a really good quarterback, but they also have a 5-star freshman who they have said straight up, he's going to play. Does that mean he's going to play half the time? Maybe not, but they're clearly on the uptick, right? I think people have undervalued a little bit of Arizona because Fafita's back. He's a pretty elite quarterback. Go look at his numbers. They were really good last year, way better than they were in 2024. Are we undervaluing Utah? Maybe a little. Dampier's back. Now, the difference there is you've had a change at the very top with Kyle Whittingham out.
Yeah.
And Scally coming in. That who knows what that will be? We don't know that.
Well, and that change wasn't just our coach left and we brought in another one. You're talking about a coach that I think outside of France at Iowa had the longest tenure at his school, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, with Kyle Whittingham, and he was. I mean, I've been around a while, right? And I remember the Ron McBride days at Utah and what they were prior to him coming there, and then Whittingham took over for him. So they've had a lot of years of very high level success. So I don't know that they're going away, but out of the gate, are they at that elite level where they can win the conference or play in the championship game? To be determined. But do they have a chance? Absolutely. But so does Houston, Kansas State, BYU, Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Right? That's the truth.
I think it's so hard to predict teams that have new coaches. Oklahoma State, Utah.
Sure.
Like it's tough to say what they're going to do. I'll tell you another team, and obviously it's one of your biggest rivals or your biggest rival, but I think Coach Leipold has put together a pretty fine team at Kansas. I love his running back room. I think they are solid at the running back room.
Oh yeah,
that kid
they're more than solid.
Yeah. And honestly, I don't think you get hurt in either way you go. At quarterback, I don't really like the 2-quarterback system. He kind of hinted at Big 12 Media Days that they may have to go to that because both these kids are so talented. You don't want to keep them off the field. But I think both are really, really good.
Yeah, there's a lot to be said for that, and not that I'm trying to not go into detail on that, but what were people saying in at the Star in Frisco about K-State? Well, I think they're going to be pretty good, but Colin Klein's the first-time head coach.
Mm-hmm.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Do we really know? Is K-State going to be a 6-win team, a 9-win team, an 11-win team? We don't know. Do we think they're capable of playing in Arlington? I do. I don't know if you do, but I do.
No,
but it's far from a guarantee.
I mean, you've got
that's again what makes this great because of the unknown. Now, if you play percentages, you would probably say, that the chances of Tech getting to Arlington are probably better than 50-50, right? What about everybody else? Do you think BYU is better than 50-50 to get there? I do.
Probably.
Yeah.
Well, the one thing about this league, and this is why I think it is such a crapshoot to figure out who's going to do what, is this league, I think, has some really good coaches in it. And I think this league from top to bottom might have the best quarterback crop.
Well, you could argue that too. And when you were saying that but you talked about the coaches, the first thing that flickered into my brain, right or wrong, was Penn State needed to hire a football coach this offseason. And the first two people they talked to were Big 12 coaches. In this order, Kalani Sitake at BYU and Matt Campbell at Iowa State. Kalani told him no. He's pretty good. That's the point, that this league is really good that way. And I do think we have good quarterback play. Another team we haven't even mentioned, and we should, and I'm not saying I think they're going to win the league, but this shows you how you can turn that. Indiana's a great example of what they were and what they are now.
I know where you're going.
I'm not throwing Oklahoma State in to that level, but you'd be crazy to not think that they're not going to be in the hunt or be a bowl team, right? And it's hard to go from not winning a conference game to being a bowl team, but they may do it. Do you think they can win the league? I don't know that I'll go that far.
No.
But can they win 8 or 9 games? How do we know? Capable? Yes. Probable? We'll see.
Yeah, look, I think that, I think they have a shot at 6, to be honest with you. And, I just don't know much about the coach. I know he brought a lot of guys with him that, again, have played in this system, so that does give you a head start. I thought you were going to go the other way. I thought you were going to go with West Virginia. I thought that was going to be one you were going to talk about.
Well, there's another guy that I respect so much. I like him personally, and I won't deny that. I think he's a very good man. He loves and cares about not only the University of West Virginia and Mountaineer football, but the entire state, because that's who he is and what he is. But I also think he's a guy that plays football. How do I want to say this? With the passion and the physicality and the toughness and getting the right kind of fits into the program that will eventually succeed. It's just that, when he got there, they didn't have a lot of juice. They didn't have enough athletes. And this is year 2. But I do think that they will be somewhat better or significantly better now than this year than they were last. Where does that end up in this league? It's hard to – we'll see. But I think I can safely say this and not have anybody question it a lot. If you don't think Rich Rod can coach, you better take a different look. He's a good football coach.
Yeah. No, he is. And Morgantown's a tough place to play and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see kind of where they go to. Oh, Wyatt. I just looked up and we're running way, way late here. I didn't realize what time it was. It tends to happen when we get to talking. But But now you got me all fired up. We've talked so much about all this that I'm ready to go.
We're getting close enough now that fired up kind of stays with you a little longer each day, right?
Yeah.
Here we go. We're not too far away now.
There's one point in time in my life where I'd get this fired up and go, give me a helmet and pads. But now I'm old enough to know, I'll watch. Let's
give me a headset.
Yeah.
Give me a headset.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. That's what I want.
K-State, Nebraska, home and home. We'll even give you credit for the idea.
right.
I don't know about that part, but I think everybody would like to see that. I think that's a no-brainer.
No doubt.
Way to go, Wildcat guy. That's a good one.
Buddy, have a good day. We'll talk to you soon.
See you, fellas.
This segment of the game plan is brought to you by Moneytown Pawn on Oliver, just south of Pawnee. Tools, electronics, firearms, jewelry, and more. Find what you need at Moneytown Pawn.
The game plan. KGSO.
KGSO is back with the second annual SC Wichita Cares for Kids, coming up August 27th and 28th. Join Wichita's sports station as we support the Children's Miracle Network. Hear their powerful stories and help support our children in Wichita. It's the second annual SC Wichita Cares for Kids, August 27th and 28th. And it's brought to you by
Truck Stuff, Jewelry Savers, Davis Liquor Outlet, the Wichita Technical Institute, the Sugar Shack, and Wichita Sports Station KGSO.
Where'd you get that grin? Right above your chin. You know the place. Puts a smile on your face, and he's the one for frozen custard fun. Made fresh every hour. It's your happy power. Top your day with a smile.
Did you know my frozen custard is made fresh every hour? Or that our toppings are baked daily right in our stores? It's how we top your day with a smile at Andy's.
Professional excavators and homeowners, safety always comes first, and safe digging is no accident. So before you begin your next digging project, remember to call Kansas 811 to have your underground utility lines marked for free. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig. So play it safe. Put down the shovel, pick up the phone, and call 811 first. This message is brought to you by Kansas 811, reminding you that no matter if your digging project is big or small, don't make a judgment call. Always call 811 before you dig.
Thursday, July 23rd, the 92nd NBC World Series kicks off at X Stadium, and the first 1,000 fans through the gate get an Ozzie Smith backflipping bobblehead.
Ozzie Smith backflipping bobblehead.
Yeah, get there early. Gates open at 5 o'clock. Then, this weekend, things get a little unusual.
Baseball Round the Clock is back. Brought to you by Club Car Wash and Midwest Ford Dealers. 11 games, 33 hours. Game starts Saturday at noon and runs straight through Sunday night. There's a midnight game, a 3 a.m. game, a 6 a.m. game,
and a 10 a.m. game. Vintage baseball with Cowtown, playing by 1880s rules.
You can come out anytime, stay an hour, stay all weekend. You never know what you'll see at 3 in the morning at a ballpark in Wichita, Kansas.
Pack your cooler, fill up the grill on the hill. There's nothing like it.
Tickets at NBCBaseball.com.
The 92nd NBC World Series, powered by Evergy, opening night, July 23rd, Wichita.
America is turning 250, and we're celebrating all month long at Midwest Kia. Join us for our Stars, Stripes, and Savings Sales event, where we're honoring America's 250th birthday with incredible savings throughout July. Celebrate extra savings on every new Kia that's built right here in America, including the award-winning Sportage, Sorento, Telluride, hybrid models, and the electrified EV6 and EV9 models. And no birthday party is complete without a present. This July, purchase any new or pre-owned vehicle and get a $250 gas gift card. It's our way of helping you enjoy the summer road ahead. Plus, every new Kia comes with that unbeatable 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. But hurry, this special Independence Day offer and the $250 gas gift card won't last forever. Visit MidwestKia.com. And remember,
We want to see ya in a Midwest Kia.
see dealer for details. Offer ends July 31st. Warranties and limited powertrain warranty.
Wichita's sports leader, KGSO, is brought to you by Devon James. Devon James Injury Lawyers. Call 888-8888.
That's 888-8888.
Your home for the NBC Baseball World Series is right here on Wichita's sports station, KGSO.
If you're like me and you're already looking forward to lunchtime, let me just tell you, Doc Green's is a place to be. Central and Hillside, Newmarket Square, and the waterfront. Nice, healthy lunch. A great lunch that will fill you up, but not make you feel all bloated and all kinds of stuff when you're done. Salads, sandwiches, wraps, entree options, the healthy juices that are made out of fruits and vegetables. You'll find it all at Doc Green's. Devin and his crew do a great job. Doc Green's a huge supporter of the Aftershocks, which play tonight in the TBT. We're going to get into that in just a few moments. So go by and see Devin and his crew at Doc Green's. Again, Central and Hillside, Waterfront, New Market Square. Tell them KGSO and the game plan sent you in. Chuck, we got a couple of things going on here tonight. NBC World Series gets underway.
All right.
Which is going to be great. 6 o'clock game. We're going to have that game on the sister station KQAM on 1480. Also, you can find it at kqamradio.com and on the KQAM app in the App Store at SC Wichita. So multiple platforms that you can listen. Our guy Andy Stats is going to be on the call for the NBC World Series game tonight. Again, over on KQAM, because here on KGSO tonight at 7:45, we will have the TBT tournament with the Aftershocks taking on the Enchantment. Aftershocks get a win, and they move on to the next round.
Yeah, and based on the way that the Aftershocks played the other night, should be able to win this game. I cautioned WSU or the alumni not to overlook the Enchantment either. I mean, this is a squad that still has a couple of dudes on it that, can play some high-level basketball. And now that they've had a look at the Aftershocks, have had a couple of days to maybe get their bearings about them, watch some film, get in the gym, try to get together on some stuff, this could be a different game than what it was the other night.
It could be. I think the Aftershocks, and then talking to Sasha, who has followed this much closer than I have, the Aftershocks are just so deep. I think that's the thing. Like, they literally can bring a starting five off the court. I mean, and do like as Sasha called it, a hockey lineup change, where they can bring 5 new players in and still perform at a high level. So they're about 10, 11 deep on this team of guys that can go out and play, which gives them a huge advantage. I think the question is going to be this. So the Purple Rain and Jayhawks Hoops, they're tied at 1 apiece. Jayhawks Hoops wins last night 84-80 to tie that up. Aftershocks, if and when they win tonight, they will face the winner of that series that plays out on Friday. I think the Aftershocks, they're probably the team to beat, to be honest with you, in the TBT. However, Kentucky's alumni team, La Familia, is supposedly really good, and I guess there's kind of mixed thoughts here. So what we have heard is that the Aftershocks, if they win, there's a chance they don't ever leave Charles Koch Arena. Like, they just play all the way through the championship.
Right.
But the other night on the broadcast of the Purple Rain Jayhawks Hoops games, the guys said that if it came down to a championship, it would probably go to Kentucky. Because the TBT, typically the way they've done it in the past is they decide who gets the home court based off of ticket sales. And right now, Kentucky, I believe, has been selling more tickets than we have at Charles Koch. Now, that doesn't take – there was a little over 3,500 at the game the other night. Probably be about that tonight. If K-State or KU or win one of those two teams comes to Wichita, I would imagine, Chuck, that bumps up and probably doubles.
Yeah, probably.
So I don't know that we've hit the big part of where our ticket sales are at this point in time yet.
No.
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Devin, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing all right. Hey, did the K-State and the KU team play again last night?
Yeah, the KU team won.
Yeah, I saw that. I just I saw that this morning, but I was like, how did they already play their second game?
They went Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, where Wichita State went
Monday,
Thursday. Is it Sunday or do they turn around and play again Friday if they need a third?
I don't know. They're doing a terrible job at.
Let me look at the bracket here.
Because ESPN doesn't carry it now, so I'm like.
Fox Sports, FS1.
Yeah.
It was just they're not doing a very good job at getting this message out there when these games are being played, but they're getting chippy up there. Have you been watching that series?
You know what, man? I actually forgot it was even on yesterday. In my mind, I had it on tonight. So So I tried to watch a little bit of it on my phone sitting in an airport on what day was it? Tuesday. Waiting on a flight. So I watched a little bit of that, and, you can only see so much on your phone. And then last night, I totally forgot. I had it in my mind it was going to be on Friday, so I didn't watch any of it last night.
I thought it was going to be Friday too, Doug. So, I'm going to have to go rewatch it all. But I've been watching a couple of highlights and clips, and Beasley and Mario and even Collins, the coach, have been getting into it a lot. So I'm going to... Man, if I was in town, I have to go take my daughter home to Oklahoma on Friday. But, man, if I was in town, I'd love to go to that game down in Bramlage.
Yeah, it'd be fun. I think the game tonight...
Especially now that the series is tied up. Oof, it's going to be good. Yeah, and then the game tonight, man, we need more fans there. That's why I called. I was trying to get some more people interested to show up and get loud for us. But, yeah, they already made that announcement, I think, at the start of the thing. For some reason... Kentucky has home court advantage as long as they win. But if they lose, which I hope they do, they'll stay at Wichita.
Yeah, and I don't really understand that because because Wichita, like I said, this next round playing either K-State or KU, you're going to see more fans there than you are in this one. Wichita hasn't even sold their tickets yet.
Well, and it's completely different too this year with, last year we had 8 teams here. Now this year we have 1 team.
Right.
Well, 2, but you know what I'm saying. So big difference in the day, but I just hope to see some more fans there tonight. It's beautiful out, man. Get out and go for a walk.
So Kentucky has already moved on, and they are waiting the Bohemians or Boheim's Army, which is the Syracuse team, or Seton Hall. They play each other. They got their game 2. Syracuse is up 1-0. They have their game 2, I believe, tonight as well.
Yeah, and I did see too the non-alumni tournament starts tonight too in Vegas, right?
I haven't paid any attention to the non-alumni team, so I couldn't tell you.
So how does that? Do you know how that works too at the end? Or are we playing, or is it just the alumni teams and the non-alumni teams? Is there 2 different championships this year?
I think so, from the way the bracket looks.
No, it's like the AFC versus NFC. The championship will come down to 1 alumni team and 1 non-alumni team. They each form their own side of the bracket, I'm pretty sure.
I really don't know, Devin. I'm looking at the bracket right now, and Chuck's right. The way it kind of shows on the bracket, that's the way it's going to be. That the alumni champion plays the non-alumni champion, but I don't know. It's kind of confusing that they use the word champion in both of them.
Right. It's very confusing this year, and they're not doing a very good job at
I think it's too fun.
Announcements, and so I don't know. I think they should get back with ESPN.
Let's see. No, look, I think Fox is the better sports broadcasting network, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'm sure, in-game and stuff.
Look, this is more about the TBT than it is the TV partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. I would 100% agree with that. But regardless of it, let's get out to Phil the Coke Arena tonight. Should be another good game. And do we know when the next series starts at all?
It will start. Hang on, I just had the schedule up. Let's see, Friday, July. Well, they don't go past July 24th, so I don't know. I'm looking at their website right now.
See what I'm saying? Yeah. Just a lot of question marks. But all right, well, you guys have a fantastic day. Great show as always. Appreciate y'all.
All right. Thanks, Devin. Appreciate it. Yeah, I probably need a little bit more information on the website. Would be great.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. I love our partnership with TBT a lot, and I think that this is a great tournament. And it draws a lot of interest, and it seems like a lot more people are interested this year than maybe in previous years, but would like to have a little bit more information on how this thing's structured and timing. 522-1410. Call the show.
Call the game plan now on the Maximum Outdoor Equipment phone lines at 522-1410.
The game plan. KGSO.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Patrick Mahomes was not listed as the number one quarterback in the NFL. That honor belongs to Joshua Allen.
Last season for Mahomes was the bounce back season, right? The bounce back season wasn't that great compared to his standards.
This is The Odd Couple with Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Evenings on KGSO, and find KGSO on the SC Wichita app.
Imagine a tropical paradise where the sun always shines and the fun never ends. Welcome to Blast Off Bay, the ultimate indoor water park. Catch a wave on our state-of-the-art surf machine, unwind with a cold drink at the poolside bar, or relax in our warm, inviting hot tub. Then get ready for thrills on 11 exciting water slides that'll take your breath away. Hungry? Enjoy pizza, burgers, wings, and more. Open 365 days a year with a perfect climate every day. Don't wait. Plan your escape today to Blast Off Bay. Warm weather is the perfect time to upgrade your outdoor space. Let the experts at Burwell Construction transform your backyard with a beautiful patio cover or pergola designed to add comfort, shade, and style to your home. Imagine relaxing outside, entertaining friends, or enjoying a Kansas sunset without the worry of weather. Quality craftsmanship, dependable service, and outdoor spaces built to last. That's what you get with Burwell Construction. Call today, 794-3430, 316-794-3430, or burwellconstruction.com.
My name is Chance English. I'm the CEO of English Trash Service. We offer reliable, personalized service and are new to the Wichita area. We believe we can do it better. With so many other companies, the service goes down while the pricing goes up. We saw a need for reliability and customer service in the local trash market. If price is a factor, we can help there too. We offer competitive rates and the quality of service that you deserve. Give us a try by visiting our website at english-rentals.com. That's english-rentals.com.
Don't believe everything you see on the internet when it comes to maintaining your pool. Trust the experts at Good Pool and Spa, just like Dave and Chrissy.
We came in and from day one, they treated us like family. Didn't treat us like we didn't know what we were doing. They just advice, friendly.
Ryan will give diagrams. He will tell me exactly what to do to a T. Exactly what he tells you happens in the pool.
Stop guessing and trust the local experts at Good Pool and Spa. They'll keep your pool running all season long. Good Pool and Spas, just west of West Street on Central.
Here's something they don't tell you about Kansas. We've been hosting the greatest baseball tournament in America since 1935.
The 92nd NBC World Series, Wichita, 10 days, 35 games, top college and amateur players from across the country. Over 900 NBC alums have made the major leagues.
Albert Pujols played here, Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens. The next one's coming this July.
And baseball around the clock is back. 11 games in 33 hours. That's right, 3 a.m. baseball.
Only in Wichita.
July 23rd through August 1st. Tickets start at just $14 and kids get in free. Get your tickets at NBCBaseball.com.
The 92nd NBC World Series, powered by Evergy. Best kept secret in baseball, it's right here at home.
Working to support our local community. Wichita owned. Wichita proud. This is KGSO.
When you wake up in the morning and the light has hurt your head, the first thing you do when you get up out of bed.
So, Chuck, earlier in the week, I had a chance to stop by and see our friends at Truck Stuff. A little conversation with them over there about some things that we got coming up and them being a part of it.
Yeah.
And while I was there, here's what I noticed. I noticed that they had 4 guys behind the counter, okay? 2 guys were helping customers in the store. 1 guy was on the phone. And as I was kind of waiting to go talk to Todd and Delana, I was, kind of looking around, but I could hear what was going on behind me. And I noticed that all 3 of them were answering questions, really kind of explaining why a customer needed to go in a certain route for whatever product they were looking for. And it really got me thinking about, I talk about them every day, about this is exactly why I encourage people that have a truck or an SUV and looking for equipment to go by there. Because you cannot get that expertise by just going online and ordering a product. You just can't do it. And then you got to wait and make sure it gets delivered. Does it get delivered on time? Like all this other stuff. So look, you're going to pay about the same locally at a local business that's been here for almost 40 years. You're going to get the expertise. And even if you have to pay a couple dollars more, it's worth the peace of mind that those guys behind the counter are going to tell you the right thing so you don't have to bring it back. So if you need something for your truck or your SUV, stop by Truck Stuff, 427 North Washington. They've got everything that you need. They've got the guys that know what every product does, how it works. They got a shop that can install it for you. It is a turnkey thing. 427 North Washington. You see the big Jeep on the side of the building facing towards the south. You know you're at the right place. Tell them that KGSO and the Game Plan sent you in. 522-1410 is the phone number.
Yeah, and I'll add to that with Truck Stuff. And I know we've kind of briefly talked about this in the past, but to kind of expound on what you're saying, I used to work in body shops.
Right.
And my job in the body shops was I was the parts administrator. Simply put, I was in charge of, procuring parts and making sure we had the right parts to repair vehicles as they came in, and we were fixing them. Well, first source was always OEM. Anything OEM, we replaced with OEM if we could. But there are a lot of trucks and Jeeps and SUVs that came in that, they had different, grill guards or tonneau covers or receiver hitches, and any of that stuff was damaged. And if it wasn't an OEM product, our number one source was Truck Stuff. And there are many times where I didn't know a brand of a product or how to identify it. I'd take some pictures, I'd email them over to the guys over there, and 99% of the time, with a little bit of description or some pictures or, describing, what we needed or whatever, they were able to get me either the same exact replacement product or a better product, maybe for better money, whatever it might be. Those guys down there at Truck Stuff know their stuff. They're going to steer you in the right direction.
Yeah, and I'll just tell you this as a guy that goes out and talks to a lot of different businesses around Wichita and around Wichita, and obviously we rely on those businesses to sponsor this show so we can do it every single day. One thing I'm hearing from a lot of them, and it really does make me sad, is that, oh man, right now business is kind of down. And I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that out of the local businesses. I don't want to hear that out of, I could sit here and name a bunch of them that are sponsors of this show, and you guys all know who they are. And most of the people that listen to this show do a good job of supporting our local businesses. But if we want our local economy to thrive, we got to shop local. We cannot keep using Amazon. And look, I'll just call it out. We cannot keep using Amazon if we want our local economy to thrive. I know it's easy. Believe me, I know it's easy.
Yep.
So get by and support all these local businesses that sponsor this show.
Here's my problem with Amazon, and I'm not going to say that I haven't ordered anything off of there.
Everybody has.
But I'm too impatient. When I want something or need something, I want it now. So I might start on Amazon as far as identifying a product or something that I want or need. And then I'll use that and then try to go source it. Like, where can I get this product locally? And then if I can find it locally, I'll get in the car and I'll go get it.
That's the way I am.
Versus waiting for it on. Now, if I can't find it locally, then that's when I'll hit the order button. But if I can find it locally here in town, I even if it's a big box store, if it's still here in town, I'd rather go do that than order on Amazon.
Yeah, I try to look for all the local businesses first, and look, and here's something
right.
That, like you think about, you need a tool. All right, well, the first thing you think about is, well, let me go to Amazon and see what they got, or maybe you do go to a big box store. Guess what? Why don't you call James at Moneytown Pawn? Chances are he has it.
Yeah,
and you're gonna pay a lot less for it.
Yeah,
I mean, make that your first thought. Like, that's the kind of stuff that hopefully people that listen to this show take into heart and into consideration. If we want this local economy to thrive and to be better, which I think everybody out there does, we have to shop local. Okay, I didn't mean to turn this into a big soapbox, but it really does kind of.
Yeah, it's
something that's very important. Very, very important.
Absolutely, it is.
Can I say this real quick for my guy, This is one of my bucket list guys. If I ever had the opportunity to just sit down and have a lunch or a dinner or do something with, that I would have on my list, and that's former Nebraska coach Tom Osborne.
Okay.
89 years old.
Okay.
He is the first living person to ever be voted into the state of Nebraska's Historical Society's Hall of Fame.
Why do they wait so long?
I don't know. I don't know why you have to die first before you get in there, but
jeez, I'm sorry. I could have come up with so many other things to say than that. That might have sounded rude, but
kind of sounded
like
when I first read this, I'm like, well, why are they waiting until people die before they put them in? Like, but very well deserved, man. I mean, just a dude that. Not only was he a heck of a football coach, but heck of a guy as well.
Yeah.
And true loves the state of Nebraska. Born and raised there, so pretty cool, though.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Congrats to my guy, Tom Osborne. One of the finest football coaches to ever walk the face of the earth. In my opinion. There may be a lot to disagree with me.
No, hey, that's your guy. That's your guy.
Yahoo Sports put out an NFL power ranking. There's some shockers on that one. We'll talk about it next.
Your latest news on KGSO.
From the news desk, I'm Andy Hoosier. It's officially back functioning as normal after the Wichita Workforce Center celebrated the completion of their new modernized facility yesterday afternoon, where they've had months of renovation. Where they say with the new renovations, they are offering a wide variety of resources, including resume building and even job fairs at the facility.
The thing about it that's incredibly important, as well as the facility, is that we are training for safety in this industry so that we can, be a global leader in safety, and also for this community to uplift generations to come of families that have these incredibly wonderful careers in aviation.
That audio from KSN News. According to Keith Lawing, the president and CEO of the Workforce Alliance, they released a statement as well saying that the workforce development is ultimately about economic mobility. It's helping people move from uncertainty to stability, from a job to a career, and from simply getting by to building a better future for themselves and their families.
The news on KGSO is brought to you by Truck Stuff. Whether it's your camper, trailer, or both that need hauling, Truck Stuff has you covered. Online at truckstuffks.com or call 316-264-1908.
It's a sweep for the Kansas City Royals. Last night they were able to complete the sweep with a 5-4 win over the Giants. The Royals now take on the Tigers on a road trip, a 4-game series that starts tonight at 5:40. The Aftershocks are going to try to close out the series against the Enchantments tonight at Charles Koch Arena. The Aftershocks are up 1-0 in the 3-game series. That game tips off at 8 o'clock in the TBT. The Jayhawks Hoops tied up the series with Purple Rain last night with an 84-80 win. Those two teams will finish out their best of 3 on Friday. That's sports. I'm Doug Downs. Sports Report brought to you by Burwell Construction. Decks, pergolas, patio covers, roofing, siding, windows, guttering, and more. 316-794-3430. Or online at burwellconstruction.com.
Thursday, July 23rd, the 92nd NBC World Series kicks off at X Stadium, and the first 1,000 fans through the gate get an Ozzie Smith backflipping bobblehead.
Ozzie Smith backflipping bobblehead.
Yeah, get there early. Gates open at 5 o'clock. Then, this weekend, things get a little unusual.
Baseball Round the Clock is back. Brought to you by Club Car Wash and Midwest Ford Dealers. 11 games, 33 hours. Game starts Saturday at noon and runs straight through Sunday night. There's a midnight game, a 3 a.m. game, a 6 a.m. game,
and a 10 a.m. game. Vintage baseball with Cowtown, playing by 1880s rules.
You can come out anytime, stay an hour, stay all weekend. You never know what you'll see at 3 in the morning at a ballpark in Wichita, Kansas.
Pack your cooler, fill up the grill on the hill. There's nothing like it.
Tickets at NBCBaseball.com.
The 92nd NBC World Series, powered by Evergy, opening night, July 23rd, Wichita.
Are you looking for a better healthcare experience this summer? Kingman Healthcare Center is a full-service hospital with a 24/7 emergency room with little to no wait times. Our clinics offer same-day appointments and convenient scheduling for your annual checkups.
Don't wait. Make your health a top priority and schedule your appointment today. You won't regret the short drive without the big city traffic. Exceptional care every time. To learn more, visit our website, kingmanhc.com.
This is Wichita's sports station, K230BY, 93.9 FM, 1410 AM, and 99.7 HD3. KGSO, Belle Plaine, Wichita.
KGSO weather.
Clouds and a little shower and thunderstorm activity early on in south central Kansas. As we get into the afternoon, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds, a high near 90. Wind turning to southeast 10 to 20. Gusts could hit 25. Tonight, more showers and storms possible, especially late. Lows dropping to 75. We'll see that chance for showers and storms during the morning hours on Friday, then should dry out in the afternoon. Highs on Friday near 93, back to triple digits this weekend. In the Cake First Alert Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Frank Waugh.
At 8 o'clock, it's currently 88 degrees.
Broadcasting live from the KGSO studios in West Wichita. This is The Game Plan on Wichita's sports station, KGSO.
Hour number 3 of The Game Plan, right here on Wichita's number one sports talk, KGSO, 1410 AM, 93.9 FM. You can also catch us online at kgso.com through our app, which is available in the App Store, whether you have an iPhone or a Droid. It is available at SC Wichita. Get that downloaded if you haven't done that. Great way to stay connected with us. You can watch, listen, leave comments for the show on 4 different streaming networks: Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch TV. Doug Downs, Chuck Fairweather hanging with you for one more hour. 522-1410 is the phone number. Call the show and be a part of it here this morning. I was waiting until hour 3. Hopefully this sparks some phone calls to get into talking about the Yahoo Sports power rankings for the NFL. Now, they put 32 through 11, so I don't know who they have in their top 10 yet. I haven't seen that.
That was updated 27 minutes ago.
Okay, well, maybe you have it, and you can talk about it if you have it, because I haven't looked that far. I pulled this up earlier this morning. So a couple of things here. I don't think that there's a lot of surprises in who's kind of towards the back half. You got the Dolphins, Jets, Cardinals, Browns, Titans, Raiders. All right, I'm okay with all those teams. Probably most of those teams will finish towards the back of the league. I think that there's a couple of them, though, that are in the 20s, like the Giants. And I kind of get it at number 25. The Giants haven't really done anything to this point. But I think we all believe that the Giants could very easily be a 8, 9, possibly even 10-win team this year based off of the young talent that they have and now Harbaugh is their coach.
See, so the Giants at 25, it's funny you say that because that's right about the range where I've got them if you were trying to put a quote-unquote order to it with my tiered list that we did the other day. So this tiered list was S for, surefire Super Bowl contender. It went A, B, C, D, and F. Now, I kind of cheated a little bit because there are a few teams that I wasn't sure how strongly I really felt about them, but they're probably in the top upper half of the league. So I added an A, B tier.
All right.
And the Giants I have in the D tier.
Wow.
And I have them but I have 7 other teams either in the D or F tier. So that puts the Giants right about, 20, right about that 25, 26 area. I have the Falcons possibly better than them. I have them in that C tier. I think for them, they're just they're accidentally finding a good quarterback away from being good. But yeah, so I would agree with the Giants probably at about 25. Would it surprise? But I said about the Giants, this is a team where would it surprise me if they end up at the end of the season in a C or even B tier? No. Would it surprise me if they end up underperforming and end up at a D or an F at the end of the year? No.
So here are some teams that are immediately in front of the Giants according to this Yahoo Sports Power Rankings list. The Saints at 24, the Panthers at 23, Buccaneers 22, Colts at 21, Steelers at 20, Vikings at 19, and Washington at 18. Now, there's others in front of them, but those are the ones that are right there immediately in front. I got to be honest with you, Chuck. When I look at the Giants coming into this season, look, not only do I not think that the Giants have a good shot at winning that division, I would put them in front of every one of those teams that I just listed.
See, and I think for a lot of people though, they have to see the proof in the pudding before they're going to go ahead and jump.
But where's the proof in the pudding for the Colts, the Steelers, the Vikings, or Washington right now?
Well, the Colts, it's the first half of the season last year versus second half of the season last year. If they can play like they did the first half of the year, and they get that Daniel Jones back, the Colts could be a team that could be, even in the top 15 of the league. But
I'm not buying that one.
But if, again, they could go either way. The Minnesota Vikings, same thing. If they can somehow get great quarterback play out of the next retread that they've got in there, they could be a team better than probably where they're ranked right now. The Steelers are probably the one where, just because of who they are and what their history is, I've got them kind of in that C tier area, which would be about the 20th to 22nd. Could I see them being below that? Absolutely, I could. Just depends on, really, I think, how Rodgers plays and how he responds. But he's older. I don't trust him. So, I don't know that I really have too much of an issue with some of the order that this is in. And I see what you're saying about the Giants, but I think for me and a lot of other people out there, you're just going to have to see them prove it first.
Now, I would definitely keep the Giants behind the next group, which is the Bengals at 17, the Jaguars at 16, the Packers at 15, Chargers at 14, 49ers at 13, Chiefs at 12, which we'll talk about in a minute, and the Bears at 11. So, yes, the Giants do follow all of those teams. But, man, I don't know. Look, if I had to take Scatterboo and Jackson Dart and Neighbors and Harbaugh, I'm taking them over the Saints and Tyler Shuck and Kellen Moore. I'm taking them over Bryce Young and the Panthers. I'm probably taking them over Baker Mayfield and the Buccaneers. The Colts, maybe that's the one right there where I would say, okay, they could probably be about equal. The Steelers, you're old in everything you're doing. You brought in an old coach with old thoughts, old quarterback. The Vikings, you got to prove to me, Kyler Murray, that you can actually be a quarterback in this league. And the Commanders, you got to prove to me, Daniels, that you can stay healthy. Like, I don't know. I like the Giants better than all those teams.
And like I said, you very well may be right.
Let's get to the.
But yeah, like I said, I think a lot of people out there just want to see him prove it first.
Let's get to the Chargers on this list.
Well, okay.
14. Do you know how many people on a national level that I have heard tell me that the Chargers are going to win the AFC West?
Okay. How many years have we said that, though? Especially since Harbaugh's been there. Oh. They were supposed to win the West every year. The Harbaugh's been there.
This is Harbaugh's third season. He brought Mike McDaniel, an offensive genius, into the mix that's going to fix Justin Herbert, who's already a good quarterback, just a tick away from being great. The Chargers got great running back, a great offensive line. They got a defense that flies to the football. They will win the AFC West, and Yahoo Sports goes, hang on.
Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Have heard the same song and dance over and over and over again. Eventually, people become tired of hearing that, and they have to see it proven first before they're going to believe you.
Now, let me just preface this by saying, out of all of the sports sites that I look at, Yahoo Sports ranks way down on the list of people that I actually trust.
Yeah.
But I do find this interesting that they've got the Chargers at 14.
So you want to talk about a team that I maybe drank from the juice that you've been pouring out here the last couple of weeks, and I have them ranked well above where Yahoo Sports does, based on my tier list. Where'd you say the Bears fell?
11.
11? Yeah, see, I have them in the top 6. I have them in an A tier. And I'm buying into what you're telling me about Caleb Williams and the pieces around this team. Am I making a mistake here?
Maybe a little high. Not far off, though. I would probably have them more around an 8 or 9, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But
so let me
I think Caleb Williams, and I have to eat a little crow here because I said when he came into this league, I thought he has a possibility of being a bust. I didn't think that mentally he was going to be strong enough for this league. Ben Johnson has changed all of that with him. And Ben Johnson has him mentally strong enough to not only be in this league, but to perform at abilities that I don't think we've seen very often because of just his God-given natural talent. So if they can continue on with that and he stays mentally strong and continues to thrive with that talent and the pieces they put around them, I think the Bears have a really, really good shot in the NFC.
Okay.
But there's still some question marks there. So, I'd probably go 8 or 9.
So, Ben's I think you and I largely probably agree with most of the Yahoo list, outside of a couple teams that we've talked about. The list stops at 11. I think the Chiefs are appropriately ranked. I even put the Chiefs in a B tier.
Hang on, I want to get to the Chiefs. Okay.
Okay, let's talk about the Chiefs real quick.
Okay. Look, I tend to agree with you. I think 12 is okay. Is it kind of a slap in the face for a team that's won so many Super Bowls recently that has Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid? It probably is.
But is it a slap in the face for a team specifically based off of how the Chiefs performed last year and they have so many question marks and really didn't improve their roster coming into this year?
I think you got to go back to even before last year. And even though they went to the Super Bowl, they won 11 one-score games, which is unheard of in the NFL. Now, last year, that was reversed, and they lost those one-score games, which is why they ended up where they did.
Yep.
But they won 11 one-score games, and then they got blown out in the Super Bowl. So I don't necessarily have a problem with Kansas City being at 12. Again, a bit of a slap in the face to a team that has Mahomes and Andy Reid. But I don't have really – I'm not as upset about it as I think a lot of Chiefs fans probably are.
I'll put the caveat on it. The Chiefs have the capability to go in either direction.
Exactly.
That's where we're at with the Kansas City Chiefs. I have the tendency to believe that they'll climb the list throughout the year. I know you probably believe they're going to go the opposite direction.
I don't. I think for Kansas City, here's my deal with Kansas City. As long as you got Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, you're always going to be considered a top team in the league. Okay? And very, very much should be.
Right.
All right? My challenges with Kansas City is did they do anything to fix the problems from last year? And I'm not sure they did, especially on the offensive line. And I think they got weaker in the defensive backfield.
Well, they definitely got weaker in the defensive backfield until we learn how good that their draft prospects that they got are, just how good those kids are going to be. Is Spagnuolo going to be able to work his magic once again? We'll have to wait and see. We don't know. This backfield may end up being just as good, but it's going to take the year for them to get to that point.
That's the one area that this team vastly improved was their running back room.
Right.
You bring in Kenneth Walker Jr., and I still tell you, a draft pick of Emmett Johnson is going to be huge. Those two guys give you a hell of a lot more than Pacheco and Hunt did last year.
Yeah, for sure. But I was talking about I was talking like you were about the
defensive back. Yeah, I mean they've got a rookie and they've got
those guys could be
Sneed.
just as good as what they lost.
They could,
but it's going to probably take them a majority of the year before we really figure that out. So I largely agree with where you're at on Kansas City. Now I want to.
So I don't know that I would have put Kansas City in the top 10,
but on the cusp.
Yes,
on the cusp. So here's where I want to go through, because I don't see any of the teams that I have in my top 3 tiers, which would be my top 10 teams. The funny thing of it is I don't see any of those teams except for one. The Bears at 11 I have inside my top 10. I don't see any other teams that mix. I'm trying to find the team in the top 10 that's not in my...
I don't have the 10 in front of me, so I don't know who's in the top 10.
No. What I'm saying is, of my top 10,
all right,
the teams that they haven't listed yet, the only team that they've already listed is the Bears at 11. So who have I got in the top 10 that they've already listed? I'm trying to look at that.
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't have your list in front of me either.
Well, no, it's okay. I don't know. We'll go through this. So here's my top 10 based on my tier list, and I'm not going to run through them in specific 1 through 10 order, okay? I'm going to give you the tiers and where I have each team placed at. I've only got one team that I put in what was called the S tier, the surefire Super Bowl contender tier.
Okay.
One single team, because I believe that they have the most complete roster. Their defense has done nothing but gotten better this offseason. The only question they have is not the capability of their quarterback, but his age, and that's the Rams. They're the only team that I put in my
S tier.
I believe this is a Super Bowl team.
I do now. I didn't until they got Myles Garrett.
Okay.
But I think he puts him over the hump.
Okay. I have 5 teams in my A tier. And as much as we sat here and argued about Josh Allen,
you kind of need to have 2 in your S tier because it takes 2 teams to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, I understand, but I'm saying surefire, no doubter.
Okay.
Like, for me, it was tough to put anybody in that category. My A tier teams, Super Bowl contenders, but not surefire. I've got 5 of them. I've got Buffalo.
Okay.
I've got Baltimore.
Nope.
I mean, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, I'm going to give them their credit.
Keep going. Okay.
This is where I put the Bears at. Like I said, I've been drinking from the juice that you've been putting out there.
I'm buying.
I got the Seahawks. Still have a good defense, defending Super Bowl champions. Be interesting to see how some of the changes, losing Kenneth Walker on the offensive backfield, and then some of the coaching changes there. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. And then I've got your Denver Broncos.
Okay.
And the reason I have your Denver Broncos there is while I believe the Texans' defense is just a tick better, I think the Texans and the Broncos are 2 of the best defenses in the NFL.
All right.
And I believe in Bo Nix right now more than I do C.J. Stroud.
I'm moving Baltimore out, and I'm putting Green Bay in.
Green Bay in your A tier?
Yeah.
I've got Green Bay in my B tier.
Okay, that's fine. I'm just telling you what I would have done.
Jordan Love is and that team has been so inconsistent.
Everything's there if they can stay healthy.
Yeesh. So Yahoo's got them listed 15th.
I know.
So they're kind of they feel, I think, kind of how I feel about it.
But I think with the Yahoo thing outside of the Bears, like for Kansas City, Green Bay, the 49ers, all right there in that 15, 12, 13 range, I think for them, they probably looked at it and said, well, we think these teams can be good, but they got to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And none of them have been able to do that.
So I've got 4 teams in my A-B tier. Teams that if it all goes right, they could be Super Bowl contenders. But if it all goes wrong, hell, they could be picking in the top half of the draft next year.
Okay.
That's how I feel about, like, I'm not sure how to feel about these teams. And I'm going to start with my Texans. All right. Again, I just mentioned it. I think they've got one of the best defenses in the NFL. I think this defense, with another year together, they really didn't lose any pieces. If anything, they added some depth. I think they have the potential, dare I say it, to be along the lines of, the 99-2000 Ravens defenses.
I don't disagree with anything that you're saying, and I don't disagree with your placement. To me, there's two question marks around the Texans. One of them you're going to agree with, one of them you're not.
C.J. Stroud. And
DeMeco
Ryan. I don't agree with DeMeco Ryan because he lets his offensive coordinator have control of that offense.
I like him. I think that he's a fine football coach. I don't know if he's a great head coach.
I think the question more becomes around C.J. Stroud. If he can somehow play anywhere close to his rookie season, the Texans could be one of the best teams in the NFL.
100%. With that defense? Absolutely.
But is he going to give you that? That's what I don't know. The next team I'm going to go to in this tier is I'm going to go to, and you're going to probably not love me for this because they were just in the Super Bowl, but I'm putting the Patriots in this tier.
I don't have a problem with it.
And a lot of it is because, look, I know a lot of people wanted to overlook it. They were a Super Bowl team. That schedule last year was
easy.
That was an easy schedule.
Right.
Even playing that schedule, there were some games in the middle of the year where they had some close calls. And I'm sorry, their path to the Super Bowl, partly because of my Texans and C.J. Stroud doing what they did, they got a patty cake road in the playoffs to the Super Bowl. They were gifted that Super Bowl appearance in my mind.
They kind of were based off of what happened to Denver, with the backup quarterback and then the blizzard and all that kind of stuff.
So
I think that's a different story if they got Bo Nix, even with the blizzard.
Sure.
And if you don't have the blizzard, I really think it's a different story with Bo Nix.
But they didn't.
Right.
I mean, but they didn't.
I think, for me, here's two question marks about New England of not being a repeat. One is schedule is harder. Two, a lot of turmoil with their head coach in the offseason and how much of that transfers over into the season.
Yep. I think we're going to find out just how good Drake May is this year.
I think he's good. I don't know if I'm putting him in the great category yet, but I think he's good.
Another team that I have in this category, and really specifically it boils down to injury issues the last couple of years, and I think that last year they were reeling from losing both coordinators. Have they figured that situation out yet, and can they stay healthy? That's the Lions.
Okay, I'm buying again.
Those are my questions for the Lions. And the final team that I have in this tier.
If you're the Lions, your coordinators that you just hired need to prove it.
Right. The final team that I have in this tier, and I'm going to give this fan base some hope, finally for the first time in Lord knows how many years. The offense last year was phenomenal. Put up big numbers. Has the capability to do the same thing again. The defense, if they can be middle of the road, I think the Cowboys could actually be a scary squad this year.
I don't disagree with you with that. Coaching. Like that I don't know what else to say. And your owner needs to stay in the box.
But here's the thing.
That's the two things.
That team made a little bit of a run back half of the year last year. The defense got a little bit better. All that defense, I think, has to do is be middle of the road. Just keep them in games, and that offense is good enough. And I'll say it. Dak, I watched him a lot last year because I had him in fantasy football. I paid attention to him more than I ever have before. I'm not saying he's a top 10.
No, he's top 10 quarterback. Dak is look, it took me a long time to get there.
He's on the fringe of it.
It took me a long time to get there. Dak Prescott is a top 10 quarterback.
If that defense can keep them in games,
may even be close to top 5.
Dak and that offense are capable of winning a Super Bowl.
All right, I'm interested in the rest of your list, but we got to get to break, so let's do it on the other side of the break. Oh, man, so fun to talk football. Back after this.
Call the game plan now on the Maximum Outdoor Equipment phone lines at 522-1410.
The game plan. KGSO.
This is The Herd.
You got to be consistent.
With Colin Cowherd.
Mike check. I think LeBron's sitting there thinking, Minnesota's got a stacked team. Philadelphia, those two teams, that's where you can win a championship. I don't think he's going there. Philadelphia's unbelievable roster. Minnesota, you'd have rim protection. You get Ant. I got LaMelo Ball. I got Jaden McDaniels. I mean, Minnesota with LeBron, would they be the co-favorite to win it?
This is The Herd.
Weekdays at 11 a.m. right here on KGSO and on the SC Wichita app.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue. Hog Wild, get some for you.
Asking my favorite Hog Wild menu item would be like asking who is your favorite child. It's impossible. While I love all of our award-winning barbecue options, I've got a real soft spot for the Carolina pulled pork sandwich. Hi, I'm Josh Wissing, Hog Wild partner and general manager at 47th and South Broadway. I love turning customers onto the Carolina pulled pork sandwich. We serve our tender, slow-smoked pulled pork on a soft bun and pile it high with tangy coleslaw. There's nothing else on the menu like it. The added bonus, you still get to have a side dish like curly fries or baked beans. When you're craving familiar, but in the mood for something new, Hog Wild's Carolina pulled pork sandwich is the answer.
Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 6 locations in Wichita, also in Derby, El Dorado, Hutchinson, and Salina.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue. Hog Wild, get some for you. But don't be late, we close at 8.
Pride Ag Ace Hardware will get you ready for the lake now that summer is officially here. Start with the grill. Whether you need gas, pellet, or flat tops, Pride Ag has it all with top brands like Halo and Napoleon. Whichever one you choose, Meat Church Rubs, exclusively at Ace, will make your meat delicious. With the meat on the grill, keep your drinks cool with Yeti cooler and cups, and entertain the whole party with the Turtle Box speaker. Get everything you need to have fun at the lake this summer at Pride Ag Ace Hardware in Mays, 5204 North Mays Road.
When it comes to maintaining a pool, it can cost you a lot of time and money. Don't fall for the gimmicks on the internet. Trust the experts at Good Pool and Spa, like Daniel.
One thing I've really appreciated about the guys here at Good Pool is they've only suggested things that we need. They're not trying to upsell you on stuff necessarily. They're not trying to give you products that you may not need. They're very step by step.
Skip the guesswork and trust the local experts at Good Pool and Spa. From chemicals and equipment to service and repairs. Good Pool and Spa, just west of West Street on Central.
Windsurge Baseball is back at Equity Bank Park all week long, and there's something special every night. Tuesday, take advantage of 2 for Tuesday. Wednesday brings Wet Nose Wednesday. Thursday is Turbo Tubs. Friday, Feel the Force. It's Star Wars night at the ballpark. Saturday, beat the heat with Christmas in July. And Sunday, wrap it all up with Sunday Family Fun Day. 6 incredible nights, 1 amazing ballpark. Get your tickets now, only at windsurge.com.
For over 55 years and 2 generations, the Southwestern Remodeling Professionals have been providing homeowners in the Wichita area with a truly unique luxury remodeling experience. From the initial consultation through project design and production, our team provides concierge-style service with a true focus on the best quality products and professional installation. Are you ready to experience something truly different? Give us a call today at 263-1239 or visit southwesternremodeling.com.
Get a jump on your holiday shopping during the Christmas in July sale, now at Moneytown Pawn. Shop a huge selection of new and used firearms, beautiful jewelry, electronics, tools, and so much more, all at great prices. Need extra time to pay? Take advantage of Moneytown Pawn's convenient layaway program and make payments all the way until December. For 60 years, Moneytown Pawn has helped families save money on quality merchandise. Stop by today and see why generations have trusted Moneytown Pawn for value, selection, and service. Christmas in July now at Moneytown Pawn.
Wichita's sports leader, KGSO, is brought to you by Devon James. Devon James Injury Lawyers. Call 888-8888.
That's 888-8888.
For upcoming games, show lineups, and live streaming, find us online at kgso.com.
I don't think I've told you yet this morning about our friends at Meadowlark Landscape and Design, and they're definitely worth talking about because when it comes to landscaping around your home or business, why not go with the best? And they have the best out in the fields, the yards, whatever you want to call it, every single day. They can take care of everything you need for your outdoors, from fertilization to irrigation, flower beds, hardscaping with rock, outdoor patios, outdoor kitchens, you name it. Meadowlark Landscape and Design does it all. Jump online, check out all their services, then give them a call at 316-880-0227. 316-880-0227. Now's the time to call if you want to get on their program that starts in the fall, where a lot of the fertilization goes onto the yard to get it ready for the wintertime and to get through the winter and come back healthy. Now is the time to make that phone call. 316-880-0227. Tell them that the Game Plan and KGSO sent you by. All right, I want to get back to your list here. And I know it's going to take a couple of segments, but it's a good list. I like it. I like it. So we went through your Super Bowl only team, which is the Rams.
Yep.
We went through your A list,
too.
which were guys, they're teams that you think have a good shot at being contenders. Mm-hmm. Your B list, not quite there yet. AB, okay.
Could be contenders if it all goes right, but if it all goes wrong, they could be in the bottom half of the league.
By the way, Devin says, hot take, I think Dak wins MVP this year.
Ooh.
Could be. I personally think that Caleb Williams wins the MVP this year.
So I've got 9 teams in my true B tier.
Okay.
And these are all teams either that traditionally this is just where they land.
I'm trying to figure out how you got graded in school.
Or have glaring questions. What do you mean?
It was either an A or a B, but you had A, B, and now B.
Well, that's what I told you. I added this A-B list because I wasn't really like. Again, they could easily go one way or the other.
Chuck went home and said, "Mom, look, I got an A." She goes, "It says B, son." Well, it was a high B. I'm calling it an A.
Shut up. It's a B plus. All right. That's
okay. Go ahead.
Maybe what I should have put is B plus or A minus.
All right, your true B's.
Whatever.
Your true B's.
Yeah, my true B's.
True average.
We're
just above.
We're gonna start the list off with the team whose logo is a B. That's Baltimore.
I don't know what we got going. Oh, it's our guy with the golf balls.
Oh.
Come on, Bill.
How you doing?
Good to see you.
You look at all that.
Only 30.
All right.
30?
Yeah.
Good to see you, Bill.
Well, I'll only need 31 swings to lose them.
No, you need less than that.
Just don't go to a golf course with a lot of lakes.
Okay. You can go.
Good stuff.
And thanks for the frozen pretty custard.
You bet. Anytime.
And you guys got to mention the value of Aaron Donald. Has he signed yet?
Oh, you know what? I haven't seen anything on it yet, but it sounds like he may.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it. Enjoy the round today.
Well, if the Rams had Aaron Darnold, that just solidifies my pick. Now, don't you be going in there for all the good stuff. Now, wait a minute.
Right. Here's the one that you need right here. Here's the one you need right here.
What's that one?
Well, it's bright yellow. It's got some stripes on it. Like if you lose this one.
Yeah. That's my, there you go. It's a 1 Callaway Chrome saw. I don't know if that's any good or not. Huh.
It's yellow. You can't lose that one.
All right.
All right.
Okay. I promise you.
Thanks, Bill. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Might have to go learn how to golf now.
And got him some
Got
Andy's
started.
frozen custard for coming in.
That's right.
All right, your list.
All right. Like I said, we're going to start off the B tier with the Bengals. Atrocious defense. Don't know that it really got any better. Offensive line can't block for Joe Burrow. But Joe Burrow, T. Higgins, and Jamar Chase are capable of putting up a lot of points, and this team still is competitive at times because of it.
I think defensively they are better.
Okay.
Offensive line, I think, is a bit of a question here. And continues to be a question. And honestly, as much as it pains me to say it, because he's a former Nebraska guy and Butler Community College, Zach Taylor. I been there a while, dude. Like, you need to do something here.
Yep. This is a team that's probably supposed to be better than this. They're a sexy pick to topple the Texans for the AFC South, and that's the Jaguars to me. I don't believe in them. Like I've got to see it happen. This is a team that, and I know they won the South 2 years ago, and they were supposed to make a run in the playoffs, and they poo-pooed the playoffs. Like, to me, Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert, one and the same. Like, I see the two guys the same way. So that tells you who my next team is on the list, because I've got the Chargers right there, too.
Here's my thing with the Jaguars. Liam Cohen is a really good football coach, and I think he's in the perfect situation. I think he thrives off of this small market mindset. He gets his guys to buy in that, everybody in the league thinks that we're this nobody small market team, and it motivates these guys. I think it motivates Trevor Lawrence. I think he's good for Trevor Lawrence, and he's got him playing the game the way we all thought Trevor Lawrence was going to play it when he came into the NFL. There's some stability there now. I don't know, Chuck, man. Like, I think the Jaguars are a dangerous team.
Okay. Well, and again, teams in this in this particular tier of the list, they're capable of that. I just don't know that I believe in them right this moment.
They're the only team that beat every team in the AFC West, and they went on the road to beat most of them.
Yeah, well.
So.
And then they absolutely crapped their pants at the back end of the year. The Texans caught them, won the AFC South when they probably shouldn't have. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Didn't the Texans win
I'm
the
not
AFC
really
South
disagreeing with you on where you have them at. I don't know. I think that's a team that could be very dangerous, or, like you said, could get a high draft pick.
Am I wrong on that? No, the Jaguars were the South champions.
Yeah, Jaguars won it.
But still, they poo-pooed the playoffs. The playoffs is where they crapped themselves. So I apologize. I was mistaken on that. But still, the Texans nearly caught them for that championship. I mean, it came down to the wire.
Yeah.
I've got the Chargers.
That might seem more about your team than the Jaguars, though. Because your team shouldn't have probably been that close with that defense that they had.
Right. Chargers, I've got them with the Jaguars in this list.
I'm with you on that. I'm not buying in.
Again, we talked about the Kansas City Chiefs. This is where I've got the Chiefs right now, only because of the way last year went, the question marks that we talked about. I've also got the Eagles in this tier. And you could make an argument to swap the Eagles and the Cowboys around. But I think it's going to come down to a battle between those two for that division.
I mean, recent history would tell you to swap those two. But I think that there's still a lot of question marks with the Eagles. Mm-hmm. And I think, a lot of it starts and ends with Jalen Hurts.
Yep. The Commanders, another team in that division. I've got them there. I'm like you, Jaden Daniels. Can you stay healthy? Green Bay. This is where we might disagree on one. You have I think you said you had Green Bay a lot higher than I did. You would swap them around with the Bears?
No, with the Ravens.
Or with the Ravens?
Yeah. I'd take the Ravens out of the Super Bowl contender list.
Again, if everything goes right for Green Bay, can they be a Super Bowl contender? Absolutely. But they have shown way too much instability. I mean, think about the first 3 games last year. We were talking about them as the best team in the league.
Yeah, but then everybody started getting hurt.
Right.
I mean, again, I think for any of these teams that we're talking about, obviously staying healthy is a huge deal.
And Jordan Love is kind of inconsistent, too. He'll look like a superstar one game.
I don't know.
And then go
about
out the
that.
next.
I think
he'll go out the next and throw 3 interceptions.
I think he's a guy that if he can stay healthy and stay on the field and plays in 17 games, you're just going to see him get better week after week after week.
Well, so right now to me they're in my prove it category. Then,
all right,
like I got to see it.
Tyler Wade Phillips says Texans should be a C team at the most.
Okay, not with that defense, and the offense has pieces around it. Like, they're a C.J. Stroud not blowing this thing up away from going to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry that they are. They got better in the running back. They added running back power to their squad with David Montgomery.
I think that the defense probably puts them in the B category. All right. Anybody else on your C?
No, or my B.
Or B?
I've also got the Buccaneers and the 49ers.
I'm not a big believer in the Buccaneers right now. I don't know why. I think Baker Mayfield is one of these guys that, you know, I'm sure he gives you a lot in the locker room. Like he's a good rah-rah guy. He's solid. Is he great? Yeah, I don't know. But depending on who's on your C category, I mean, could be a possibility. So you feel like maybe Washington and Tampa Bay probably could have moved down to C? Yes, possibly. Okay. So here's my C teams. I'm just going to run through them real quick. I've got Pittsburgh. Agree. I've got Indianapolis, the Colts. Agree. I've got the Vikings. Agree. I've got the Falcons. Yes. And the Panthers. Okay. I think the Falcons out of all of them, like I would maybe even swap the Falcons with maybe Washington. Really? So you would actually move the Falcons up? Well, yeah, and here's why. I think they have one of the best running backs in the league, in Bijan Robinson. Mm-hmm. I think Kevin Stefanski is going to give that organization a lot of stability. They've got great ownership. They got some pieces. Okay. The Falcons could be a surprise team this year. Heard that before. Well, I mean, yeah, we say it every year about a team, right? In my D tier, Tennessee. Okay. Oakland. Mm-hmm. This is where I have New York, the Giants. It's not Oakland, it's Las Vegas, but go ahead. Las Vegas, whatever. This is where I have the Giants. Yeah, that one's way off. And I have the Saints. All right. What? And then do you have like the Jets and the Dolphins in an F? F tier, Jets, Dolphins, Browns, Cardinals. The Browns are another one that's got some pieces in play. Drafted well. But they don't have a quarterback. I mean, no, they got 4 quarterbacks. No, they got 15 quarterbacks. Now, are any of them worthy of being a starter? That's the question. I guess we'll find out. Giants, I would definitely move higher. Giants would be on a low B, top of the C category for me going into this season. All right. Hey, there's another yellow one in there. There is? Well, look, you ought to make it through at least 2 holes in. Oh, that's half and half. It's half yellow, half white. Yeah. Ciron 44. Is that a good one? Always hit the... Let's see. I would say put the white side down when you hit that ball. Because after it bounces off of 5 trees, maybe it'll roll yellow side up. Yeah. It'll go sunny side up for you, Chuck. Yeah. Wrapping up this show next.
This portion of the game plan brought to you by Southwestern Remodeling, Wichita's full-line remodeler since 1970. See our project galleries at southwesternremodeling.com.
The game plan. KGSO.
The TBT basketball tournament has become a staple of the sports scene in a town that soaks up everything Shocker hoops. Your favorite men's basketball alumni like Connor Frankamp, Marcus McDuffie, and Rashard Kelly are back in this year's TBT, but double the stakes. The grand prize has moved up to $2 million for this year's tournament, and the Aftershocks have a target on their back as the defending champions. It all goes down inside Charles Koch Arena, and KGSO is your home for live play-by-play broadcasts of the Aftershocks and further coverage on our 3 local daily shows. Don't miss out this year on the TBT.
Fox Sports. Fox Kansas is Wichita's home for exciting live sports action. Saturdays this summer, it's Baseball Night in America. Don't miss the jaw-dropping, back-cracking Major League Baseball battles each Saturday night in prime time. And whether it's the basketball tournament, IndyCar NICS racing, or Live Golf, summer Sundays are packed with exciting sports action each and every weekend. Fox Sports. Fox Kansas. Channel 24. Cox Cable Channel 4.
It's your captain speaking. To the passenger with the Mirror Fast soft chews, smart move.
No way am I letting travel constipation ruin this trip.
Can't blame you. Mirror Fast works fast, but without the harsh side effects.
Since I'm such a smart traveler, can I move to first class?
No. Close the curtain, Carol.
From the makers of Miralax, new Mirafast soft chews work naturally with your body in as little as 30 minutes to give you a comfortable go on the go. Find Mirafast today at your local retailer. Use as directed for occasional constipation. Contains magnesium hydroxide.
Looking for a healthier option to get you through the afternoon grind? Check out Dot Greens with 3 locations in Wichita. At Dot Greens, you can find a huge selection of salads, wraps, and sandwiches that won't leave you feeling bloated all afternoon. With the freshest ingredients, you know you'll always feel great after a lunch or dinner at Dot Greens. Check them out at Central and Hillside or at the Waterfront and New Market Square. While you're there, don't forget to pick up a few bottles of freshly pressed juice. Dot Greens, locally owned and operated.
Visit Maximum Outdoor Equipment and Service and test drive a Walker mower. Walker mower's compact design for easy maneuvering, out front deck for trimming, and a variety of attachments help maintain a beautiful, healthy lawn. Walker is fast and efficient, saving you time and money. Explore the Walker Advantage and test drive a Walker mower at Maximum Outdoor, south of Kellogg on West Street and south of 21st and Andover Road, or MaximumOutdoor.com.
Maximum Outdoor Equipment.
Don't believe everything you see on the internet when it comes to maintaining your pool. Trust the experts at Good Pool and Spa, just like Dave and Chrissy.
We came in and from day one, they treated us like family. Didn't treat us like we didn't know what we were doing. They just advice, friendly.
Ryan will give diagrams. He will tell me exactly what to do to a T. Exactly what he tells you happens in the pool.
Stop guessing and trust the local experts at Good Pool and Spa. They'll keep your pool running all season long. Good Pool and Spas, just west of West Street on Central.
Professional excavators and homeowners, safety always comes first, and safe digging is no accident. So before you begin your next digging project, remember to call Kansas 811 to have your underground utility lines marked for free. Know what's below. Call 811 before you dig. So play it safe. Put down the shovel, pick up the phone, and call 811 first. This message is brought to you by Kansas 811, reminding you that no matter if your digging project is big or small, don't make a judgment call. Always call 811 before you dig.
Want more sports talk? Don't forget to join us on all of our socials at KGSO Radio.
All right, you got to stop playing with your balls over here and get back into what we're doing here. Your golf balls. What are you talking about? What are you thinking?
You can't say things
It was
like
your
that.
golf balls. You had the box of golf balls that Bill brought you, and you're over there messing with them. And I said, Chuck's going to show up with a box of balls and say, I got balls, just no clubs or a course to play on.
They got me a Pro V1.
Do you really know what that is?
Yeah, it's the best one, isn't it?
You know what?
That's what I hear all the golfers talk about.
Obviously it's one of the top of the line golf balls. Is it the best one? To be honest with you, I don't know because I don't really keep up with the best equipment that's out there.
It says Titleist. It's got a 19 on it though. What does the little red number mean?
It's a I don't know. Is that the year it was made? Probably. Maybe. I don't know.
Bill, I need help.
Yeah. Look,
if somebody knows what the little red number.
When I go buy golf balls, I look for one that's like middle of the road pricing and go, I'll take that.
I'll take that.
Because I don't want the cheapest, but I sure as hell don't want the best. Because those are expensive and I lose a bunch of them when I play. Our friends at Andy's Frozen Custard want you to come by and see them. They got 4 locations now. They're down in Derby. They're out west. Between 119th and Mays on 21st, out east and in Midtown over by Clifton Square. Go by and see Andy's Frozen Custard. Get some of that frozen custard that's made fresh in their stores every single hour. Also, their baked goods made fresh every single day. Almost 40 years in business. That's Andy's Frozen Custard, another great local company right here that you can support. All right, TBT. I wanted to ask you this. We haven't got into this, but I want your opinion on this. And this happened the other night, and we didn't really talk about it on the show the other day when I was on before I had to go out of town. The TBT the other night, before the Aftershocks game, they hung a banner in the rafters at Charles Koch celebrating last year's championship. Do you think that is a good thing, bad thing, or are you kind of indifferent on it?
I don't know.
Does it bother you that a banner for a team that's an alumni team, and last year's alumni team wasn't made up completely of actually Shocker alumnus? It was guys that they just picked up to play. That their banner is hanging in Charles Koch Arena.
So you're asking me whether I like the banner or not?
Whether you like the fact that it's hanging up inside Charles Koch Arena where Wichita State plays.
Yeah, why not?
All right. I don't think there's a bad answer here.
Just because
asking.
Wichita State plays there, so do the Wichita State alum Aftershocks.
But not all of them were alumni. And in fact, the majority of the team wasn't alumni.
But it doesn't matter. The Aftershocks is a team that currently plays their home games at Charles Koch Arena.
Okay. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, good morning, guys. I just had to weigh in on that one real quick.
All right, Sean.
Man, no way should that banner be up there.
What? Why?
I mean, that's my opinion. I mean, I think I'm like a purist in that area. That was not Wichita State. I mean, there could be.
It doesn't say Wichita State on it.
That's his point.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, sure, it can hang outside the building on like a light pole or something, but it just, to me, that is Wichita State University, right? Like, if Heights wins the 6A state championship in that arena, they don't go hang their banner there.
No, they go hang the banner where they play the majority of their home games in their home court. The championship just happened to take place on a neutral court. The championship, the way that the TBT is set up, isn't necessarily guaranteed to happen in Wichita. Last year it did because of the
ticket sales. But
just because the championship wasn't guaranteed, the Aftershocks play their home games in Charles Koch Arena.
Here's my thought on it, Sean. I don't really mind the banner being hung for now. I don't think it needs to be a permanent fixture. I think it needs to be taken down before basketball season starts next season. And you know, it's okay if you want to display it in a trophy case somewhere in the foyer or like you said on a light pole or whatever. I'm okay with that. I don't think it needs to hang there permanently, though.
See, I disagree with that.
Yeah, and I guess that's where I am, too. Like, if they want to, you know, I don't know, when they play their games, if they want to hang it, sure, great. But I think, I don't know, I mean, we're about to, thank goodness, be able to start our season tickets back up for volleyball. So excited. And, I don't know. I don't think it goes there. They are not to me, that is a Wichita State area. I mean, that is where, when I look there as a proud alum, I want to see what our Wichita State teams have done, and this is just not a Wichita State team.
Yeah,
but it's a team that is partly, or this year even more so, made up of former Wichita State alumni. The school supported the team in playing in the TBT tournament. The TBT tournament has proven to be a unique recruiting tool that Wichita State has used to help get current athletes there. I mean, what does a banner hurt? It's not like they hung it up right next to all the Wichita State stuff. Like, if it hangs on its own, you know, in its own side of the arena or whatever, I have no problem with that banner being there. And I think you guys are missing the mark on it.
I don't know where it's hanging at. It might be right in the middle of all the Wichita State, because there's player jerseys and stuff that are hanging. So,
well, and there's volleyball, and there's all the other sports.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a.
I think you guys are missing the mark on it. I think it ought to be able to hang up there. And, the banner wasn't overly huge. It wasn't gaudy or anything like that. Like, I think it was tastefully done, and I think it should be able to hang up there. Absolutely.
I think I could meet you in the middle and put it in the hallway.
Yeah.
I don't know.
People's opinion on it, I don't think there's a right or wrong answer here. I think it's just however you feel. Oh, thanks, Sean. I guess he just was done with us. I think it's just however, you kind of feel about it being sacred for Wichita State. Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hey, I don't think that banner should be there. There's you know what? It's not the whole school. I mean, some of the kids, yeah, they went there, but no, that banner's wrong. It doesn't belong there. I don't even want to go halfway. It doesn't belong there. It's not part of winning something under the scholarships that kids go through and the sacrifices that they make during the school year. I mean, that's just my opinion. I just wanted to share that with you. I'm with that guy. With KU and K-State, if they win this, will they do that? Heck no.
Okay, then the Aftershocks, then their post-game reports and all their news and press releases shouldn't be on WSU Athletics page. They shouldn't even play their games there. They should find another arena. Like, this is still supported by the school.
All right.
But by how much? We could argue all day.
Yeah.
I ain't changing my mind.
Thanks, man. We got to run. Top of the hour, hard break. In the zone next.
Your latest news on KGSO.
From the news desk, I'm Andy Hoosier. Wichita Police Department's homeless outreach team says they're trying to work these streets right now, warning individuals about the ongoing extreme heat concerns as things are warm, and they're planning to get warmer over the next week, as according to the officer Brittany Graham, saying